everyone thought that Golden State was going to come out the gates and, hey, listen, LeBron's not re-signing with LA. All right, cool. We got the Golden State Warriors. We got them Golden State Warriors, bro. Or some people have called them the Golden Girls State Warriors. I like it. But all of a sudden, if you're hearing what's going on out there, if you're reading the tea leaves, if you're looking at Kalshi, Golden State, man, their odds have dropped considerably. Right now, they're on the outside looking in. LeBron's next team odds via Kalshi. Cleveland Cavaliers at 45%. That's actually down 9%. Miami Heat is second on that list with 22%. They're up 6%. Golden State Warriors are down to 15%. That's down 5%. Philadelphia 76ers, though, making a little bit of a surge. They're up to 13%. That's up 8% from when they began. So, again, LeBron's next team, via the prediction markets, like Kalshi, have Cleveland, Miami, Golden State, and Philadelphia. But basically, Golden State and Philadelphia are neck and neck, and Philadelphia right now is surging. If we're talking, I want to just analyze this from a straight-up basketball fit perspective. Cleveland, to me, it's a great basketball fit. We're talking about James Harden playing point, Spider. You got LBJ at the 3. That 1-2-3 combo is pretty nasty. I'm not going to lie. That is pretty nasty. If they hold on to Evan Mobley, which, again, there's rumors that they're not going to hold on to Evan Mobley. But if they hold on to Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, that's a great 4-5 combo, too, because now we've got guys that can rebound and basically play, good pick and roll basketball. They can go and get into that dunker spot. Man, this is a great starting 5. That right there is a good mix of shooters and size. Really good mix of shooters and size. You've got vets who want to win. Harden, Spider, LBJ. Can you imagine LBJ bringing back another championship to the sea? Oh, my goodness gracious. Homecoming for LeBron part 1, 2, or 3, however you want to look at it. It's either 2 or 3. Well, just for the sake of the internet, we'll say Homecoming part 3. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Again, from a basketball perspective, Cleveland and LeBron feels pretty good. I don't think it's the best basketball fit of those 4, though. And I'll explain. Miami, the Heat, this also would be a reunion. And shoot, we've been talking about this on this particular show for a while now, that Miami, I think the fans in South Beach, oh my goodness gracious, they would welcome him back with open arms. It would be a great public reception. But internally, what would that look like? A lot of basketball insiders have told us in the show that, man, there's still some little bit of beef between Pat Riley and LeBron James. And plus, when you factor in the fact that LeBron wants to have this last season documentary being shot and filmed, Pat Riley ain't going to go for that, bro. Maybe he will, because Pat Riley is obsessed with winning. And if you can get LeBron on a vet minimum or an MLE, that is taking you pretty far. But from a straight basketball fit perspective, I don't really love it. I don't really like it. Davion Mitchell and Andrew Wiggins, they both shot 40% from 3 last year, so that's pretty good. There you're 1-2. LeBron at 3, Giannis at 4-5, Bam at 4-5. That's, again, a really good starting 5. The depth is obviously not there. They ripped apart their depth to go get Giannis, and I think rightfully so. I think that makes sense. Right? And, oh, by the way, shoot, Eric Spoelstra, certified good coach. Certified. This guy is definitely going to figure this out, and he will make it work, and he's also worked with LeBron before. I'll say this, man. When LeBron first got to Miami, I detested Spo. I was like, yo, how are you? If you guys go back and watch that first run with Miami, they had Look, why not just play pick and roll with LeBron and D-Wade? Why not? Why would you not do that? Can you imagine? And then you've got, again, on the backside, dunker spot, you've got Chris Bosh just hitting those mid-range jumpers. But no, it was a lot of ISO ball, and then they would stick LeBron or D-Wade in the far backside corner and just waiting for the three shot. Like, I'm like, what are we doing? This is the literal worst way that you could possibly run this offense. So they've obviously adjusted. Spo, I think, has learned a lot. I think Spo is a certified good coach now, one of the best in the NBA, arguably the best in terms of adapting his game plan around the talent that he's got. So imagine his brain when he gets a playmaker, a versatile playmaker like LeBron on this squad with Giannis and with Bam. And by the way, Davion Mitchell, Andrew Wiggins, they're both good three-point shooters, right? That's pretty good. I love the LeBron, Giannis pick and roll options. I don't know what they do with Bam. What do they do with Bam? They put him on the backside dunker spot, man. That seems like a crazy waste of resources, right? I mean, we're talking about a very highly paid player. He's just going to be a backside dunker spot? Nah, that don't make no sense. But how else are you going to partition out those touches, and how do you structure your offense this way? But I will say, man, a Giannis LeBron pick and roll, who's stopping that, bro? Who is stopping a Giannis LeBron pick and roll other than Father Time? Other than Father Time. It's kind of a big opponent, actually. But I'll tell you, man, that's a scary proposition. Don't tell me it's not. You see big old Giannis out there on a high pick and roll? And it's funny because I know the NBA has gone away from the high pick and rolls and all that, but how are you going to stop that? Think about top of the key high pick and roll Giannis and LeBron. Okay, what are you doing? How are you stopping that? I want to know. What are you going to throw some little guards up there? Giannis going to eat that alive. Post him up. It's over. What are you going to do? You going to stick some big guys on there? Nope, you can't do that. LeBron's dunking that every time you try to put a big on him. I love the thought of a pick and roll between Giannis and LeBron. That's just good basketball, man. But again, what do you do with the other guys? I'm not 100% sure. But again, I think Spo will figure that out. Watch Spo then stick LeBron in the backside corner like he did that first year in Miami. God, that'd be so annoying. That would be so annoying. But again, when you take a look at their three best players, they're at the 3, 4, 5, and there's certainly a redundancy in skill set. Bam last year, in year number 9 of his career, tried to add a three-point shot. Shot 5.5 threes per game, and it did not go well. He only connected on 31.7% of those outside shots, and look, that's just not a good percentage. When you're shooting 5.5 of them a game, that's insane. That is insane efficiency or lack thereof. Maybe he improves. If he does improve the Miami Heat with LeBron, if he can get up to like 35%, which is a big ask, but if he can get up to like 35%, that transforms what that offense ends up looking like, right? I don't think it ends up happening. There seems to be a little bit of a redundancy in skill set at the 3, 4, 5 when you're talking about LeBron, Bam, and Giannis. But still, though, scary team. Scary team in the East, I think, for sure. The 76ers, I don't know what to make of it, man. I don't know what to make of it. There's a lot of basketball people trying to convince you right now that it is a really great basketball fit. Great basketball fit. And I'm like, is it? Is it, though? Is it, though? This is one of those situations where I feel like Will Ferrell from Zoolander. Like, I can't be the only one seeing this, right? Like, how is it a good fit? I mean, okay, you've got Maxey, who I love. Everyone loves Maxey, but he needs the ball in his hands. Jaylen Brown needs the ball in his hands. LeBron James needs the ball in his hands. Regardless, that's a great 1-2-3 combo. Dean Wade at the 4, who they signed, and then Joel Embiid at the 5. Again, he can shoot a 3. He can shoot, period. And, when you need a post-up bucket, he can give you a little bit of that, too. He's awesome, right? When healthy. which is no guarantee. But Maxey, Jaylen Brown, LeBron, Dean Wade, Joel Embiid. And then I guess you take VJ Edgecombe and take him off the bench, which is not the worst thing in the world because, again, they also signed Anthony Simons. That's a lot of scoring punch off the bench. That's pretty good. And VJ's an A-plus defender, too. I'm excited about the prospects of VJ Edgecombe. And so it gives Philadelphia a lot of maneuverability if you add LeBron. But again, the basketball fit for me, I think, is mixed. You've got three guys who need the rock in their hands. Yeah, look, Maxey needs the rock. I think he can play off ball. As a matter of fact, I know he can play off ball. Okay, so let's say he's playing off ball. All right, cool. Well, okay, what are we doing with Jaylen Brown and LeBron? Is it going to be Jaylen's turn and then LeBron's turn and then Jaylen's turn? But you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not it's not an easy fit. That's why I find it interesting that really high-level basketball insiders are saying this is a good fit basketball. I don't see it that way. Now, there is a possibility they could go crazy small, play small ball, like a little death lineup, like a poor man's death lineup. You go Maxey, VJ, Jaylen Brown at the 3, LeBron at the 4, and then Joel Embiid at the 5. Just play crazy small. Dean Wade and Anthony Simons, as I mentioned, would be some depth pieces there. But maybe you could play small. You throw LeBron at the 4. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I tell you what, the guy who is leading the way there in Philadelphia, Bob Myers, was recently on a podcast with Max Kellerman and Rich Paul, and he made the case. He made a pitch to LeBron.
If he was here, I'd say I honestly believe this is your best chance to win. You have to decide all the other things that are equally important because it's his life, right? He has to play. He has to face the scrutiny of his decision. That'll half the people will say you should have done this or should have done that, and they'll criticize him for whatever, which is his life. So he's been through all that. What I would just say is, if it's about winning, let's talk about this team because you can win here in Philadelphia. If you want to talk about other stuff, about what's this guy like, what's that? By the way, he knows players, a lot of them better than I do. Their games. This is a guy that probably watches more basketball than anybody understands. Like
that's a fact.
He's not just playing, and he's probably watching the game in February that nobody's watching. So he knows, not only does he know the guys, he knows how they play.
So Bob Myers making his pitch. He's the president of sports for Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment, the ownership group of the Philadelphia 76ers. So he's making his pitch to LeBron. Will they win a lot of games? Oh, you bet. Absolutely. But from a straight basketball perspective, again, I question the fit. I do. I think it's an interesting potential fit. I don't think it's as clean as some folks are making it seem like. And like I said, maybe I'm crazy, man. I don't know. Now, Golden State, to me, I know they have fallen out of the running. And by the way, if you look at the whiteboard, if you look at that stupid whiteboard, the criminal mastermind whiteboard, why does it look like a criminal mastermind whiteboard? Why? We're just missing those still photos in the red yarn. That's all we're missing on this Rich Paul whiteboard, bro. Why would you set it up this way? It's like the stupidest way to set it up. Anyways, I had a long diatribe on that. If you missed the show, go check out the Odyssey app. You can listen to the previous episodes of the James Koh Show where I go in. I do a full takedown and full breakdown of the whiteboard. But if you look at the whiteboard, Golden State's on the outer circle. And if you look at the other teams on the outer circle, they're not really strong contenders, reportedly, for LeBron, which I'm surprised by. I don't get it. I really don't understand why Golden State wouldn't be the front runner as everyone was reporting, at least early on. Why? Because they can't get Anthony Davis? Bro, am I confused? We're talking about Anthony Davis. Why does LeBron need to play with Anthony Davis? I do not get that. Like, they're that much of boys? Like, they're that tight? Let me ask a question. Is Anthony Davis playing golf? My boy Anthony Davis too tall to play golf, bro. He's too tall. I'm so confused. Why is Anthony Davis the linchpin to Golden State getting LeBron? And by the way, I love that everyone just says that as fact. Like we're using zero critical thinking skills, and we're just saying as fact, if Golden State gets AD, they also get LeBron. Why? Why? So AD can give you 35 games and get hurt for the playoffs? Like what? I have to be tripping here. Why? Again, I know that Jimmy Butler is not supposed to come back for a while. He's not supposed to come back, I think, until Christmas or something. So well into the regular season. And when he comes back, he's an older player. He's in his mid-30s. He's coming back from a major knee injury. And who knows what he looks like? Who knows? But if they bring him along slowly, and as we have seen in modern medical recoveries, the ACL recovery, while it does slow guys down, it's not the death sentence that it used to be, right? Like, that's the Achilles now. The ACL, guys recover from relatively well. Not 100%. I'm sure his first half season back next year, and because he's slightly older, won't go as smoothly as we're not going to see 100% Jimmy. There ain't no way. I get that. But shoot, man. You're telling me by the end of the regular season, going into the playoffs, if they have managed Jimmy Butler's injury well, who would you rather have going into the playoffs? Anthony Davis or Jimmy Butler? Why am I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Give me Jimmy Butler every damn time. Why? I'm so confused, man. Again, we use no critical thinking. We're just like, we just assume it's true. If Golden State gets AD, they're going to get LeBron. Why? I don't understand, dude. So Rich Paul's happy? Like, that's the only reason? So Rich Paul's happy? I don't get it. I feel like we're just listening to Rich Paul too much, dude. Like, what does LeBron really want? Rich Paul has been in the news way too much. Way too much. And honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, man. Again, people talk about the PR machine for LeBron. His PR machine is Rich Paul, and Rich Paul's got to be one of the worst PR machines for LeBron in the history of PR machines, bro. People do not like Rich Paul. They don't like him. And by extension, that fuels even more hate for LeBron because he is LeBron's mouthpiece. That's crazy. I don't get it. We're seeing way too much of Rich Paul. Rich Paul's podcast is hurting LeBron, period. Straight up. Straight up. Give me Steph. Give me Jimmy Butler. Give me LeBron at the 3. Draymond at the 4. Porzingis at the 5. Yo, I don't know how many games they win, but ain't nobody want to touch that in the postseason. No one. Not a soul. That's a scary team. You got 4 guys who can pass. You got multiple guys who can defend. You got a ton of passing, ton of shooting. You got Pods and Yaxel coming in off the bench. That's a good bench rotation, man. Yaxel, good athlete. Pods, good shooter. Butler, over his career, not a great three-point shooter, but shoot, last 5 years, 36.6%, that's pretty good. Steph creating wide open lanes for LeBron to go down there and just throw one down. Let's go. That's a good defensive team, I'm telling you. I don't get it. I don't get it. Give me 85% Jimmy Butler over AD at this point in their careers. 3 years ago, 5 years ago? No, okay, I'll take AD. It's not 5 years ago, dog. It's the year of our Lord 2026. Why are we still talking about AD like he's some kind of, top 5 player in the NBA? He's not. He's not that dude. You're not that guy. He's not that guy. All right, we step away. When we come back, got a lot more thoughts here on what is happening in the NBA. Obviously, I've got to give you a Dodgers preview. Dodgers preview coming on the backside of the break. Let's go on the James Koh Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Yo, what is cracking, Los Angeles? It's your boy. It's James Koh. Oh, my goodness gracious. What a great day to be alive. I love it. Are you kidding me? Me on the radio, talking to y'all, having a good old time. It's like I said, man, you listen to this show, you're going to have a couple laughs, you're going to learn a couple things, man. You're going to disagree with me, you're going to hate me, you're going to love me. Let's go. I love this show. I love doing it, man. We've been doing it now for what? Shit, we're closing in on a month, Kane. Can you believe it, bro?
I'm emotional just thinking about it.
There you go. Hey, man, let's preview the Dodgers here today. Taking on the Rockies. Tough loss yesterday. Dude, they've lost 2 of 3. It's over, guys. They have lost 2 of their last 3. It's over.
Start selling at the deadline.
Sell. Oh, my gosh. That was my Jim Comer voice right there. Sell. It's got to be like in sync. Sell, buy. Sell.
Not in sync. Sell.
Yeah. Roki Sasaki taking the bump here for the Dodgers. He enters with a 3-5 record, 5.4 ERA, a 1.4 WHIP. It has been a rough go for Roki Sasaki in recent times, man. He's got 75 strikeouts and 32 walks across 75 innings. The strikeout numbers are pretty good, but, man, just too many walks. He's given up too many big hits. And over his last 4 starts, he's given up 19 earned runs in just 17 innings. Look, I know I'm Asian American, bro, but my math is not that good. But I tell you what, that's not a good ERA. That is not a good ERA. 19 earned runs in 17 innings, bro. Roki needs to get it together, man. It has been a really tough go for Roki Sasaki. We'll see if he can get back on track here against the Rockies. It's a tall task. You know why? The Rockies offense, and I've been talking about this for the past couple of days here, but the Rockies offense has been low-key fire. Maybe not even low-key. They've just been straight up good. They've averaged 7.2 runs per game over their last 13 games, and they're hitting a very solid 292 over that stretch as well as a team. I mean, when you start approaching 300 as a team, yeah, that's pretty good. And by the way, should be noted again, the Rockies have more home runs on the road than they do at home. And again, if you follow baseball, you know that the Rockies forever have always been accused of not being a very good road team because the mile-high conditions in Denver obviously allow the ball to go much, much further. And so there is some, stat inflation, if you will, especially offensively for Rocky bats. And I think we've seen that many times over, for sure. But still, this year in particular, they have been hitting the ball really, really well. And especially over this last, few weeks, they've been really good. 7.2 runs per game over the last 13. Really, really good. Now, I keep saying, bet the over. Gabriel Hughes is making his first career start for the Rockies. He's a 2022 first-round pick for the Rockies. I don't know what we got here. Look, I'm not into the Rockies farm system, bro. I don't follow the Rockies farm system, okay? I'm not that deep into it. I feel like D-Mac probably got some good intel or something on Gabriel Hughes, man. He's like a walking encyclopedia of baseball, brother. But Hughes was called up last week from AAA Albuquerque. He debuted last Friday. He pitched against the Giants, and he had 3 scoreless innings and earned a save against San Francisco. For the lineup, Dalton rushing, Andy Pages sitting this one out, Alex Call starting in center field, Eliezer Alfonso catching tonight. Obviously, Alfonso's got a really sad story. He made his major league debut on Sunday, and he took the field very soon after learning that his sister and his stepmother had passed away from the recent earthquakes that have really hit Venezuela really hard. That's his native country, right? So, again, entering in with a heavy heart, always tough to see. So yeah, there's that backstory for Alfonso going into tonight's ball game. The Dodgers offense, again, will be without Dalton Rushing and Andy Pages, although, to be fair, both of those guys, especially Pages, they've really cooled off. Both of them started the season really, really hot, and I would say over the last month or so, both of them have been, and especially Pages, they just haven't been nearly as good. And I'd almost go so far as to say they've struggled. Not almost. I will go out there and say, man, both those guys have struggled, for sure. But regardless, the offense has averaged 6.2 runs per game over their last 14 games, and they, like the Rockies, have been, as a team, hitting the ball really well. They're averaging a .291 batting average over that last 14-game stretch. So it's an interesting matchup for sure, because it's two high-powered offenses going against one unknown commodity, but getting his first start for Colorado in Gabriel Hughes, and Roki Sasaki, who, again, over his last 4 starts, man, 19 earned runs over his last 17 innings. That's woof. That's bad. So we got to see if Roki Sasaki can get back on track. Unfortunately, like I mentioned, he is going to be taking on a really hot offense in the Colorado Rockies. If there is another little side story from a statistical standpoint that you can keep your eye on as well, Colorado's relief group, they've been playing extremely good baseball as of late. They've got 25 straight innings without an earned run right now. 25 straight. That's pretty good. That is pretty. So just something to keep in mind, especially because, in the last week or so, the bullpen for the Dodgers has really fallen apart. We saw that in San Diego. We saw that a couple nights ago when Eric Lauer took the mound. And I know the fielding errors and all that kind of stuff obviously played a huge role yesterday. But still, the bullpen for the Dodgers has not been that strong. So, again, Colorado's bullpen has been hot recently. Dodgers bullpen has been ice cold recently. Do with that as you will. But it is an interesting little subplot, statistically anyways, to follow along when you're watching tonight's Dodgers-Rockies matchup. Okay, so there you go. That's your preview for the Dodgers and Rockies. Obviously, they're going to be first pitch is going to be happening here in about 30 minutes or so. So we'll figure that out. Today's show is actually going to be pretty heavy into soccer. We're going to be talking to Jay Caspian Kang about his upcoming book, How to Fix, and basically highlighting the problems with youth soccer in America. And everyone seems to be hating on Christian Pulisic, which is, Landon Donovan's going in, Carly Lloyd's going, everybody's going in on Pulisic, man. So it's an interesting storyline. We'll certainly get to that. And again, analyzing some of these different pieces and potential landing spots for LeBron from a basketball perspective, also going to be a big point of today's show. I do want to point out, too, in regards to the Lakers and Clippers, to be honest with you, it sounds very much like they're trying to expand these agreed-upon deals. Because, again, the Walker Kessler trade has not been finalized. And that's an interesting point. They're potentially trying to create a little bit more cap space to potentially maybe sign and trade for Jonathan Kuminga. They don't have any more first-round picks to send away Atlanta's way, and they're obviously extremely light on cap space right now. I think they got less than $2 million, so they got to do something with Jared Vanderbilt's contract, or I don't know what they're going to do. And again, maybe it's a situation where they haven't finalized the contract because they are trying to send away Jared Vanderbilt. They are trying to get the last piece of asset they've got. They've got a couple of second-round picks and like a first-round pick swap. So maybe that's enough. I don't know. But They're trying to sign Jonathan Kuminga on the cheap. Kuminga's representation, obviously, they don't want that. they don't want their guy to be out here signing, a cheapo Rui Hachimura deal. And speaking of Rui Hachimura, he's now a Clipper, right? So what is happening with the Kawhi trade? That's also not been finalized. Again, antennas are up right now. Brandon Ingram was supposed to come to L.A. Now, there are rumors that the Clippers are trying to expand the deal to ship B.I. out of here and bring in another player. Who? The internet streets right now are saying potentially Domantas Sabonis. Interesting pickup for the Clippers, and what a replacement for Ivica Zubac that would be. I like that. I think Sabonis has been criticized for being a terrible defensive basketball player. And honestly, I just think a lot of that has to do with the fact that he has been leaned upon so heavily offensively. If he gets with the Clippers, he doesn't have to be that offensive hub. They've got guys that can score, man. They just drafted a straight-up baller scorer in Keaton Wagler. They want to develop him. Darius Garland can obviously fill it up. So, yeah, no, I mean, look, they'll utilize him in that offensive hub role, but he won't be leaned upon as heavily offensively, I don't think, in my opinion, which means he can exert a little bit more effort on the defensive side. I can't get the images of him, and I know this is a long time ago, but, again, when he was a younger player, he didn't have those criticisms of being just a horrid defensive player. That really came when, again, a really bad Sacramento team basically had to use him as the focal point offensively. A lot more thoughts, obviously, on the Clippers not finalizing this trade yet with Kawhi. Lakers not finalizing this trade yet with Walker Kessler. More assets could be on the way for both teams. How interesting would that be? But coming up, we will be talking about why everyone hates. Why does everyone hate Christian Pulisic? You're going to hear some pretty scathing remarks from Landon Donovan on the backside of the break. You're listening to the James Koh Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice for LA Sports. What is cracking, everybody? We welcome you back to the James Koh Show. Main man, super producer, Kane, behind the glass. What's cracking? How you doing?
Beautiful Wednesday, man.
Beautiful.
I'm feeling better than Christian Pulisic's soul currently because adios mio.
He's getting dragged. He's getting absolutely dragged. I'm going to play you some sound here from Landon Donovan in just 1 second, but I did want to say I want to welcome in all of the YouTube viewers and listeners. We're up, baby! We're up on YouTube now!
You're basically like one of those Gen Z streamers now, James Koh. You just need to get like neon-colored hair and annoy people.
Perfect. I can do that. I'm very good at annoying people.
He's like 1 out of 2. I just got to dye my hair now.
Yeah, exactly. Now I just got to, hey, look, I'm getting up there, okay? I can't be messing with the hair too much, okay? We'll make it happen. You know, I don't know if I can live stream my life like Kai Cenat or whatever.
What was the guy that was with Giannis the other day?
Oh, Neon.
Neon. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. He doesn't even have neon green hair.
No, I don't,
He's not neon.
Listen,
he's not drinking bad water.
Nah, man. We can't be doing that, bro. Anyways, I want to say hello to all the YouTubers that are watching the stream right now. Appreciate y'all, man. Anyways, if you guys want to lock in on the YouTube side, by all means, of course, you could watch it on Twitter X as well. Just find it, either one, YouTube or on Twitter X at TheFanLA. As comments come in, obviously, I will read them on air. So long as they are appropriate. So long as they're appropriate, y'all. Anyways, all right, we get it going here. Obviously, Christian Pulisic has seen a lot of criticism. You know, he's talking about, hey, he can rest now. Carly Lloyd just goes in on him, man. You know, look, after the loss to Belgium, he said, quote, I just twisted my ankle or just sprained my ankle. It's frustrating to end like that, of course, but now I get time to rest, so it'll be okay. And then Carly Lloyd responded to that by saying, you rest when your playing career is over, period. Golly. And look, what Pulisic said, I don't think, I understand it's a bad look. I don't think there's anything wrong specifically with what he said. He hurt his ankle and he needs to rest up and let the ankle heal. That's essentially what he is saying. That being said, it is such a tone-deaf statement. Very tone-deaf. Especially when you look at the effort level of the U.S. in that match against Belgium. I think everyone was looking at themselves and saying, where's the fire? Where's the passion? Where's the desire? I think communication issues were probably like, if I had to like pinpoint to one thing, and again, I don't know nothing about soccer, y'all, but you know, other than my daughter plays soccer, bro. But I'm just saying, like, when you watch them play, there just seem to be some very obvious communication errors. Right? I thought that was actually the biggest issue. But yeah, there's no question. When you're down 2-1, 3-1, what are we doing out here? We got to start playing like, you know, life or death soccer. I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. What I saw was a team that laid down. And I think that's what most Americans thought and saw. And I think that's why when you are Christian Pulisic, a.k.a. Captain America, with no shield, he doesn't got no vibranium, though. There's no vibranium on Captain America, bro.
Need some more super soldier serum.
He needed some more serum, dude. Absolutely. You know? I mean, Belgium was out here winter soldiering us, bro. That's not cool. And so, yeah, it's a tone-deaf statement to say, but now I get time to rest, so it'll be okay. It's completely and utterly tone-deaf. What are you thinking out here, bro? And, you know, again, Carly Lloyd's not the only person. Golly, dang near everybody jumping in on Pulisic. You know who else is jumping in? Landon Donovan, man. Landon Donovan was just taking the truth serum and just dousing Pulisic with it, man. Take a listen to what he said.
I believe I am uniquely qualified, the only person probably who's been in his shoes. The level of which he is dealing with this is much greater than the level I dealt with, because this was 2006 for me. Not many people were paying attention. It was not a home World Cup. Social media didn't exist. So this is exacerbated by a ton. I have been in his shoes. I had a horrible World Cup, completely let the team down, was getting criticized for the first time, not to the extent he is. I know the feeling. The feeling is identical. And I would just say this. It led me to therapy. It led me to take a look at my life and my career honestly for the first time. It allowed me to have massive, important conversations with people I love in my life about all things, not just soccer. And it changed my life forever in a positive way. I don't know if Christian cares about that, wants to do all that. We don't have a great relationship now. I'm sure he doesn't like me, doesn't respect me. I'm saying this to you, Christian. You probably don't listen. This is an opportunity to help and to change your life forever. One of the biggest problems, I speak to people who are at US Soccer, I speak to his sponsors, I speak to his teammates, I speak to the staff and the coaches. People are fed up with the way things are handled around him. And it's not necessarily him, but it's his agents, his family, his hangers-on, the people are influencing. People are fed up with it. They treat people poorly. They do things poorly. It's always a no. Whenever you want to ask, can we do an interview? It's always a no. You can't get near him. He doesn't say hi to the commentators who do all the games all the time. When they walk by, all the other guys come over and shake hands and say hello. There's just this sense about him that you can't get near him. It's too big. And I actually don't think it's from him. I think it's from the people around him. They need to stop. And he needs to man up and have a conversation with them and say, look, guys, this is not helping me. He needs to get some training on media. I did too. I said a lot of dumb. People are like, hey, Landon, you don't want to come off this way, do you? And I still make mistakes all the time. All of these things can be a positive. I have to say, though, he has a big challenge ahead. Because, Tim, I'm thinking ahead to the next game. And, JR, if we happen to be at this game, the next U.S. game in this country, what do you think that's going to look like? Think about that. Is he going to get booed when they announce him? Maybe. People are livid. So, anyway, it's a long-winded way of saying this can be a good moment in your life. A lot of things need to change. And I actually think it's not him. I think it's the people around him.
Man, there's a lot to break down there. Yeah, it deserves that sound for sure. Pulisic is getting dragged right now. And look, I'm not a big soccer. Kang, you're a soccer guy. You follow the sport a lot closer than I do. He plays for AC Milan right now. And the sentiment around Pulisic is that maybe the expectations were just too high for a player of his caliber, even though he's quote-unquote Captain America. Was it really fair to have those level of expectations for him? Because obviously he was not a huge contributor for the U.S. men's national team. I think obviously the injury had a lot to do with that. But when you watch somebody like Balogun play, that guy was out there making plays. That guy was out there putting his heart on the line. That guy was out there playing with a ton of effort. It's hard for me to parse out how good of a player Christian Pulisic is versus the expectations. But he plays for AC Milan, and let's be real, I just kind of sort of think that maybe he feels like he's too big for his britches right now. It certainly sounds like he's a little bit of a pain to deal with. So I don't know, man. You know what, Kane, let me ask you, bro, what is his standing on the world stage? I don't think he's considered to be this quote-unquote, world-class top 25 player, right?
Even when he was at Chelsea, we kind of put a lot of projection on him as being kind of like the big American on such a prestigious club like Chelsea. And he won a Champions League, in sub minutes and whatnot. And, it's one of those, he will still be at Chelsea and not AC Milan. At AC Milan, he's more like the first, second, third striker, as the third striker as opposed to the first. So I think that the thing that people don't talk about is that 2018 World Cup where the USA didn't qualify for. And I think that kind of started
We're done with Pulisic?
Yeah. Well, he was kind of done, and I think he's just been more focused on kind of being the guy in Europe.
Weird.
Because with him missing the Gold Cup last year, and he misses a lot of competitions and you can go back and Dempsey and Donovan and everybody, they was talking about this then. It was like, why are you missing these competitions?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where we're at with it, and this is a culmination of that.
And again, I've heard some criticisms too that he puts his his own personal career ahead of the national team, which, obviously that doesn't play that well. And when you look at it from a global perspective, I mean, all the top guys, it doesn't matter where they're at, they're always putting country ahead of club, right? And for him to prioritize club over country, rightfully so, does not sit well with a lot of folks. But I do find it interesting, though, that he is, again, supposed to be, quote unquote, Captain America, the best player on the U.S. men's national team, and maybe those expectations are just too much. But I will say this about Landon Donovan's comments. One, yeah, he got ripped too. Like, Landon got ripped. Landon still gets ripped, and so he's talking about how he had to go to therapy and all that kind of stuff. I can't even imagine. I'm hoping that Pulisic is staying off of social media. That's what I'm hoping. If he opens up that page and sees them notifications, man, don't open your notifications, bro. Don't do it.
Just go ahead and delete that app one time.
Delete it right now. Okay, shoot. You know what? We got to step away. When we come back, got a lot more thoughts here. We're also going to have Jay Caspian Kang on the show. You're listening to the James Koh Show on 97.1 The Fan, the voice for LA Sports. Los Angeles! What's cracking? It's your boy, James Koh. Appreciate you jumping in. Tonight, we're going to take you all the way to the top of the 10 o'clock hour. Having a lot of fun talking about baseball, basketball, but man, the subject du jour is about soccer. And the conversations coming out of the World Cup are, how can the U.S. become a dominant force in the World Cup and on the global stage when it comes to the beautiful game known as soccer? For that, I wanted to talk to Jay Caspian Kang. Why? Because he is the author of The Dead Do Not Improve. He is the author of The Loneliest Americans. He is the author of an upcoming book called The Endless Tryout. It's an upcoming book about panicking parents, youth sports schools, and technology. Jay Caspian Kang, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well, man. Hey, listen, I know you've got this upcoming book coming out, and you've written a lot of posts on Twitter X and all that kind of stuff about youth sports. Talk to me here a little bit about youth sports in America and particularly about the whole soccer problem right now. I mean, is it really as simple as youth sports is just too expensive for most people?
I don't think it's that simple, but that's definitely a big part of it. Club soccer in America is one of the most expensive outputs in the entire world. I don't think there's another country that even really approaches the cost that we put into youth soccer. Starting at age 7, 8, or 9, families are spending like $3,000 to $15,000 a year. Ugh. And obviously, when you start that early, what you're doing is you're limiting out a bunch of kids who can't afford it or kids whose families just don't want to pay that much. They go find other sports. And because the pipeline for players is so dominated by these youth clubs, it just means that there aren't opportunities for a large percentage of the population. If you cut down the number of kids who are playing soccer, then obviously you're cutting down the potential number of players.
Can you also talk about the culture surrounding youth sports? I don't know what it's like around the other parts of this world, man, but I'll tell you what, even in my little cozy beach cities here in Southern California, man, the culture around youth soccer is not great, man. I tell you what, that's probably the least attractive thing about going to these tournaments for my daughter.
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, I'm up here in Northern California. I'm sure we're seeing a lot of the same stuff. Parents screaming at referees. The referees are like 15 years old. Kids right. Just looking miserable because they have parents screaming at them from the sideline and coaching them. You have coaches that are getting a little bit too extra, or just like, dude, these kids are 7 years old. Like, what are you doing? They're 8 years old. Why are you screaming at them like they're professionals? And I think it's just become really toxic because the parents are paying so much, because they're spending so much of their time taking these kids to these endless tournaments, these games, training after training after training. And then after a while, they're just like, man, I've put a lot into this. And my 10-year-old, 11-year-old, they didn't run back on that one play. And am I really getting a return on investment on my money? Right? Mm-hmm. It's not that explicit, but I think that's the implicit motivation behind it. And it just leads to this toxicity. Landon Donovan has been talking about it for the last week. He's actually been talking about it on and off for years, where it's just like, I can't even go to my kids' games because the other parents are so crazy.
You've got this upcoming book, The Endless Tryout. I'm sure you did a ton of research for it. What did your research find, man?
Well, the book has a lot to do with youth soccer, but a lot of it is just taking my own daughter through that process. But yeah, what I found is that there's just a lot of exploitation and extraction that's going on for these parents. One of the big things that I try and tell people when I talk about this is that in America, it's not really about these kids becoming pro. The real goal for a lot of these parents, especially on the girls' side, is college scholarships, right? And I think what parents don't understand is, like, there just aren't that many full college scholarships that are going around, right? And for the amount of money that you're spending, where if your kid is like an ETNL or Girls Academy or something like that, by the time they're 15, you're probably spending like $10,000 to $12,000 a year if they're on a top club. And so, like, you just do the math, like put that in a 529, or like I don't know, like
exactly,
buy NVIDIA or something if you want to go crazy.
Come on,
and you're
bro.
gonna pay. You could pay for like 2 of your kids' colleges, right? If they go to UC or something like that, or even if they want to go to Stanford, you could pay for it. And so I think there's just a lot of confusion. They feel like a lot of these sports, girls soccer, or even men's soccer, they think it's like college football or something like that, and that there's an NIL deal waiting for them, like they're playing quarterback at USC or something like that, right? And none of that is true. The colleges don't make it very transparent because obviously they benefit from it. They basically have a monopoly on recruitment. They say, we're just going to recruit from these events. We're going to recruit from these clubs. We're not even going to look at high schools, right, which would be a way. If you went to a public high school, you play for a public high school team, you're not paying for that. They don't even go recruit at those places. And so then you just have this system that's feeding itself over and over again. Every year that you go on, you pay more into it. And in the end, you're like prizes, you get a partial scholarship to go play at a D2 school, right?
Jeez.
And like all these kids end up being like, why was that worth it? And it just leads to a lot more burnout.
We're talking to Jay Caspian Kang, author of the upcoming book, The Endless Tryout. It's an upcoming book about panicking parents, youth sports, schools, and safetyism and technology. Okay, let me ask you this, man. Like, what I just do not understand is that parents can't be this dumb. I mean, they just can't, they can't be this dumb. Like, what? Why are we investing $10,000, $15,000 and expecting some kind of ROI? Like, when we're talking about youth sports, Jay Caspian Kang, the term ROI should not be part of the equation, bro. You know, but it sounds like it is.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, a lot of the book is about my own journey through this, and I just can't call anyone dumb because I did it too. I still do it, you know. My kid still plays on a club, and I just I guess it's just the kid likes the sport. They show a little bit of talent, or they show a lot of talent, right? Yeah. You see them kick in like a hat trick, and you're just like, oh my God, I've got the next Messi. And then you want to cultivate it. And there's no normal way to cultivate it. That's the problem. Like, you can't just be like, let's go to a rec league for a few years, or even like, let's go to a thing that costs $800, let's say, right? Yeah. And maybe I'll take you to futsal. That's an extra $300. Our total output is like $1,100, and you're playing soccer all the time. In your free time, you're going to go play pickup with your friends, right? Yeah. That's so hard to find right now. And it's basically like you have a 7-year-old who shows a little bit of promise. All their friends are going to be playing on the competitive team, quote, competitive team, right? And then at some point, every single weekend you have is riding around, meeting the same parents. Yep. A lot of them become your friends. And then it kind of becomes your social life, and you don't know how to get out of it, right? Because every single year they're like, oh, is your kid going to make A team? Are they going to go to a bigger club, right? And so you just get sucked into this incentive program that has no end to it. Like you said, there's no ROI. There's like no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You're just like walking along because they keep telling you to. And by the time they're 13, 14, 15 years old, some of these kids have no other identity than just playing the sport for this club. And, I think that's pretty destructive. Even for the kids who might make it, I think it's pretty destructive.
Yeah, that's tough, man. You hit on something that I wanted to follow up on. Why don't colleges recruit from the high school level? Again, it's already a built-in part of the system when we're talking about baseball, football, basketball. I know basketball's got AAU, and there's a lot of recruitment that happens at the AAU level, but still, though, so much recruitment at the collegiate level does happen with high school. So why doesn't that happen collegiately with soccer?
Well, I mean, there's a long answer to that. I'll give you the shorter version of it, which is that soccer, used to not be high school soccer teams in America, right? I think in Southern California, they basically had the only ones for a while, and it was mostly at the Catholic schools down there. And what ended up happening is that college soccer started because the United States let in a bunch of international students, and they wanted to play soccer, and then those soccer teams started. They didn't have anywhere to recruit because they didn't have high schools, and that's when they started building pipelines into these clubs, right? So this started happening maybe in the 1960s, and we haven't really forced our way out of it yet. The pipeline is still exactly the same through these clubs, and all that's happened is that it's just grown and grown and grown and grown, and an economy was built through it where basically the clubs say, okay, we're going to do a showcase, right? We're going to have the 10 best clubs. I don't know, down there it would be something like, I don't know, like surf or Slammers or something like that. I forget the ones that are down in Southern California, but there's some really big, awesome clubs, obviously. Up here in the north, it would be like Mustang or, I don't know, MVLA or something like that. And all these clubs will do a showcase. The kids will come, and the colleges will be there. They'll send a scout. They'll send out, like, information on Instagram and all this thing, like, well, we got scouts from Oregon, UCLA, all these people there. The parents have to pay to go to this, right?
Ugh, yeah.
Oh.
Jeez.
And there's just a kickback system that's created, and it's just preying on this promise that the kid is going to be a D1 athlete. Now, some of these kids will be D1 athletes,
sure,
but then you have to think about the other side of it is, do you really think that that is a good outcome given the reality of college athletics right now, where, like, kids will get cut from teams because of the transfer portal? If your kid is a freshman, for example, and goes to, let's say, Oregon, right? There's a very good chance that at the end of the freshman year, the coach will say, I'm sorry, you're cut. I'm bringing in like a 23-year-old grad student because they played 4 more years of college, and your journey is over. I'm sorry that you spent your entire life playing soccer, but it's done. And so then you have to transfer out. You got to go to another school to find a new place to play, and you just end up going to like 2-3 different schools. It takes you 6 years to graduate. And so, the ROI becomes even more complicated because of that.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess the major question is, okay, how do we fix this, man? Like, again, you're talking about, a toxic culture, a kickback system, a feedback loop, if you will, when we're talking about these club teams and collegiate, soccer. But at the end of the day, especially during this time, during the World Cup, people are just like, okay, well, how in the world do we fix the U.S. men's national team? I mean, you must have thoughts on this. How do you think that they go about doing it?
I think that we need a reinvestment in public recreational leagues. I think that there needs to be something like a sports czar that's appointed in the federal government that gives very strict guidelines on how these clubs can be operated, right? What a reasonable price will be if they're going to exist. And I think we need a real return to school teams. I think that it's really fun for kids to play for their schools. I think it's great for them to play against their rivals, right? I think it's great for them to go to school like dressed up on game day and be excited about the game. All that's being stripped out. The top girls who play at clubs don't even play for their high schools anymore, right? Or if they do, they like just kind of do it for fun. There's no reason why the school systems can't host all of this. That's what mostly happens in football, right? Why can't they just do it for soccer? And the reason is there's no reason except some of these people are making a lot of money on this, And as long as, like, it's going to take that type of push, it'll take some government push because, like, obviously these clubs aren't going to pack it up on their own. They're not going to be like, yeah, you guys found us out. We're just going to go over there. Like, I'm sorry, the U.S. men's national team is so bad. It is our fault. We're going to stop, But it's going to take some government pushing.
That would be interesting. Do you buy this argument that if better athletes played soccer, that everything would change, that if there was a LeBron James, that everything would change for U.S. soccer? Because I'm going to tell you right now, man, we got the best athletes in the world playing basketball on the U.S. side, and they play AAU, and what it comes down to for me is that the coaching there stinks. And the coaching for youth soccer stinks. And that's not going to change until there is, in my opinion, a deeper saturation of the sport that we just don't have institutionalized here. When you go to other parts of the world, we're talking 7-8 generations of soccer fans here, right? Like, we don't have that kind of saturation of fandom when we're talking about soccer. So when they want parent volunteer coaches, I mean, it's dudes like me, bro. Like, you want to, like, listen, if you want to learn how to run a slant, okay, maybe I can help you there, bro, but I cannot help you figure out how to play center back, dude. Like, that's just not something I can do. So it's a two-part question, man. Do you buy the idea that if better athletes played, that would change everything? And the second part of that is, man, how do we get better coaching at the youth level?
I don't think it would change everything because I think soccer is a very strange sport, but I think that obviously if you had taught, I don't know, like Allen Iverson how to play soccer from the age of 5 years old, and that was the only sport he played, he would probably be a pretty good soccer player. He would have probably been pretty good. Yeah. LeBron, I don't know many 6'9", 280-foot soccer players, but I don't like. It seems like he can do anything. So I would never doubt him in anything like that. I don't know, except maybe play golf. But For the second question, I think that basically if you go to these other parts of the world, what you realize is that for example, there's a lot of tension going on about what's happening in like the projects outside of Paris, right? And that all these players are from the projects outside of Paris, and it's a lot of kids who have African origins, and all that they're out till 10 p.m. every single night just playing on these little fields, from the age of like 4 to 9. Right. And then they get picked up by academy teams, and then they start their professional training. But those years are so crucial when you're learning soccer. Those very, very early years, that's when you learn your touch. That's how you learn to control the ball. That's how you learn all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that type of culture where kids that age are out there doing it for fun, not because it's a drill, not because there's a private trainer yelling in their face, not because their parents want it, but because they want to do it, because their friend or their brother is doing like some sort of, I don't know, like what Elastico or Iniesta move or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And they want to do it themselves. If you don't have that culture, it's just not going to happen, right? Because like those ball skills and that ability with your feet from a very early age has to be in those kids. And kids that age are not going to do it unless they want to do it, unless they find it to be fun. And so it's tough. In LA, it's tough to find. Like, I think in LA, you have immigrant populations that are doing that, and those are probably going to be the best players. But in other parts of the country, I think it's going to, like, where you don't have any of that and the only stuff is organized soccer, you're not going to see that. You're going to have people playing like what you saw in the game against Belgium, right, where suddenly these guys have such bad touch, and you just see the Belgian players, and you're like, well, the ball is just closer to them all the time, and then that's the game, right? And so I think it's just I think that the efforts to fix the U.S. men's national team is pretty tough. I mean, you would have to institute an academy system like they have in Europe and South America, and that basically means that you're going to have a lot of 8-year-olds like living away from home, being chewed up and spit out by a club system. They don't have to pay, but they're not going to really learn how to read or write or anything like that. And I just don't think here in America we care enough about soccer to put a bunch of kids through that, And I don't think an academy like that would survive one investigation by a journalist or something like that. And so I just don't think we can do it. We just don't care enough about soccer, or else we would do it,
No, it's totally true. I think about these academies that they've got for golf in Korea or something, man.
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah, exactly. Anything in Korea in terms of...
So sketch, bro. Oh,
my kid would not survive that.
So sketch.
Nor would I want them to go. I'd be like, you're not going to be a short track speed skater. Are you out of your mind?
Or how about
I don't care how good you're going to be.
Dog, how about these K-pop academies out there, dude? Hell no, dude.
Yeah, no way.
No, absolutely not. Yeah. Last question for you, man. Why, and I'm curious by this, because there's so much success internationally for the U.S. women's team. And there's just such little success for the U.S. men's team. Why is there such a disparate, difference between these two different, the men's and the women's side in terms of success?
Well, the big flashing answer is Title IX, right? Okay. So Title IX created soccer programs, women's soccer programs, sports programs, which created funneling programs to the high schools, gave girls the opportunity to play. In America, it's not in the United States. The best athletes, I would say, in terms of ball sports, play women's soccer, right? Like, wouldn't you say, like growing up, like the most prestigious sport for girls to play, I think, is soccer. It's not basketball. It's not basketball is gaining now, and certainly there's no very limited opportunities for girls to play football, even though girls flag football is becoming more popular.
Yeah. And
so Title IX is the obvious answer. The second answer is also, it's just like we took it more seriously earlier because of Title IX, and the rest of the world is now catching up. And something that I always point out on this is that, like, both The Guardian and ESPN did lists of the 100 top women's footballers in the world, and the highest-ranked American woman right now is 26. And part of that is because, like, Sophia Smith was pregnant at the time, and so I don't think she was counted.
Okay.
But look, you think about that, like, 15 years ago, the 6 of the 10 top women would have been American, right? And now, like, the top 25, there's not one American woman in it. And so I think that the advantage that U.S. had from Title IX and from first mover advantage is really rapidly disappearing as all these other countries take soccer a little bit more seriously, or a lot more seriously, women's soccer.
We're in trouble, bro.
But I think we'll be good for like another 10 years, and then we'll be in trouble.
Then we're in trouble. Oh no. Jay Caspian Kang joining us here. Before I let you go, man, I know you spent some time out there at North Carolina area, dude. We are the unofficial hip hop show of 97.1 The Fan here in LA. PD Pablo, J. Cole, DaBaby. Where are we going here? Rank it 1, 2, 3 for me.
Those are my 3 choices. I like DaBaby, okay. Even though
he's
some
problematic.
Of his personal choices are not things that I would do, but sure. I enjoy his music.
Okay,
and
good.
Charlotte I'm from the Piedmont area, so Charlotte is a bit foreign to me, but I'll count it. J. Cole, I think, is, I don't know, of the 3, I think probably the best rapper. I'm not so into his music, but sometimes you listen and you're like, all right, it's like watching, I don't know, a basketball you don't like drop 40 on, 60% shooting. It's just like, that was technically amazing. And then PD Pablo, there's some more. We had Black Sheep, right? If you're really old, like me, he's got Black Sheep. So I'll put Black Sheep in. I was talking to your producer about Little Brother. That's sort of an underground hip hop group that was around. But yeah, North Carolina, I don't think has produced too much rap music, but yeah, J. Cole really, I'm always surprised. I'm like, man, that dude is from Fayetteville. He really came. If you've ever been to Fayetteville, North Carolina, you would be surprised that J. Cole is from there. That's all I'll say.
Okay, there you go. I like it. So again, we got a PD Pablo hater on the show today, which is.
Are there PD Pablo are there people who like PD Pablo?
I don't know.
Really enthusiastic about PD Pablo? I'm not a hater. I feel like I just appropriately say, he had a couple songs.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I don't know, bro. I'm your age, dude. I only know one PD Pablo song, but man, that was a banger. Absolute banger.
Really was.
Yeah,
it was.
Oh my God. Jay Caspian Kang. Go check him out on Twitter. He's got that new book coming out. He's also, by the way, he's also a director, y'all. Okay, multi-talented is Jay Caspian Kang. Please go check him out on Twitter, which, by the way, it's the first time you and I have ever talked. You're a menace on Twitter, bro. You are straight up. You're so nice on air, but y'all don't know, man. My guy Jay Kang out here, he is an absolute menace. Don't mess with Jay Kang on Twitter because he will come after you. No problems. But I love it, bro. I appreciate you jumping on, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's great talking to you.
Great talking to you too, man. The great Jay Caspian Kang. Man, he's got a couple of books out there that are bangers. He's got this new book coming out, The Endless Tryout, and it really talks about his own personal journey and his daughter's journey in terms of youth sports, man. I can't wait for that bad boy to come out because it's going to be good. Jay Caspian Kang joining the program. We appreciate the time he's got. We went a little over, man, so we got to step away.
Extra time for soccer purposes.
Yeah, exactly. For soccer, man, we spent a little extra time there. It was a great conversation, though. We'll be right back. You're listening to the James Koh Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice for LA Sports. What is cracking Los Angeles? It's your boy, James Koh. Kane behind the glass, helping me out tonight. Kane, man, that was a good interview. Really informative, I thought, from Jay Caspian Kang.
You know, it's awesome that we are still talking United States men's national team.
That's such a good
soccer,
point, dude. It's such a good point.
And we lost 2 nights ago.
Yeah. Because it just shows that you care, and that is step number one. Mm-hmm. If you want the U.S. men's national team to be internationally relevant, again, step one, you got to care.
Yep.
If you don't care, it ain't going to get fixed. Ain't nothing going to get fixed.
And it starts at the bottom. It starts with, okay, how do we get our clubs, our players like Europe? Because I don't know how we can see the way Europe are creating and churning out these generational footballers.
Right.
And we say, okay, let's do the complete antithesis of that. No, we need to follow what they're doing.
Correct.
And make it accessible to those who are in the trenches and make it about actual sport. Because the thing about sport, James, that's so great is it's the great equalizer.
It is.
It shouldn't matter your background. It shouldn't matter anything. It's what you do on the field, on the pitch, on the hardwood, whatever.
Yeah.
That's when we see mano a mano. And when you put up that barrier of money, and we've heard Clint Dempsey and Landon Donovan and all these guys, Kobe, they talked about, if we were to come up now to play, we wouldn't be able to.
That's
it's
crazy.
So expensive.
That's crazy. Especially a guy like Clint Dempsey, who we're going to hear from later in the show.
Oh, dropping bars. I mean, he had time to kick it on the field and kick it on the mic.
You know what I mean? Let's go. Baseball updates here. I'm going to start with the Los Angeles Angels. Yeah, I'm going to give you an Angels update. How about that? You know why? Because we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Angels on the road, taking on the Texas Rangers. And my goodness gracious, man, they've poured it on. They've got 11 runs. They lead right now 11-0. They scored 1 in the first, 2 in the fourth, 4 more in the fifth, another 2 in the 6th, 2 more in the 8th. And yeah, let's go. Let's go, Angels. Leading 11-0 in the bottom of the 8th. But we also have a Dodgers update.
Dodger baseball.
Let's go. Trying to get on the get back. In the bottom, they're entering into the top of the 2nd now. And the Dodgers, huge. Bottom half of the 1st inning. They lead 3-0. They're staking Roki Sasaki to a 3-0 lead right now, which we love. My boy, Hyun-Soo Edman, scored on a wild pitch, making it 1-0. And then Kyle Tucker, hey, welcome back, buddy. Kyle Tucker, singling to left, scoring Mookie Betts and Alex Freeman as well, making it 3-2-1. Gabriel Hughes, as we mentioned, on the bump here for Colorado. He is a 2022 first-round draft pick by Colorado. This is his very first start in the majors. How would you like that? They must really not like this guy, you know what I mean? Hey, Gabriel, welcome to the big club. Your very first start is going to be against the LA Dodgers. Good luck, kid. Good luck, buddy.
Maybe in honor of the World Cup, he can get a jersey swap or something.
Sheesh.
For his time. He can tell his grandkids what happened.
So 1 inning pitched, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, and 2 walks for Gabriel Hughes. That's, that's not good. That is not good. We will be giving you Dodger updates as they become available. I want to say hello again to all the folks there on the YouTube side of things. We got Wayne Mulholland who's tuned in. We got Big Diaz who's in there, man. David Horse 800. First of all, what a handle that is. Just want to say what's up there. And then we got AMW. Talk about throwing him to the wolves in regards to Gabriel Hughes, which I totally agree with here, man. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all stopping by on the YouTube side, man, for sure, 100%. And again, if you guys want to go check it out on YouTube or on Twitter X, it is at The Fan LA. Or if you want to get more traditional, shit, you want to give me a call? Let's make it happen, man. 855-97-LA-FAN. Again, it's 855-97-LA-FAN. Well, we got another Dodgers update. We got another Dodgers update, y'all.
Dodger baseball.
And you know how we were saying? We need Roki Sasaki to come back to earth. Come back to us, Roki! Come back to us, brother! He has not come back to us, ladies and gentlemen. He just gave up. Just gave up a home run to Kyle Karros. Solo shot makes it 3-2-1. Now, hopefully, this doesn't force Roki into a spiral. Solo shots are fine. It's hard to lose games on solo shots. It really is. So let this not, hopefully, spiral out of control for Roki Sasaki, but he has not been good, ladies and gentlemen. So now he has, over his last 18 innings, he has given up 20 earned runs now. So, again, not ideal. He's got a 5.4 ERA coming into this contest and a 1.4 whip coming into this contest as well. So let's see if he can kind of sort of normalize things out. Eric Karros' son.
That's Eric Karros' son who just hit the homer.
There you go. Some ties in with the Dodgers. I like it. That's like a throwback. That could be Who the F material. You know? That's not bad. Oh, man. I tell you what, guys. I'm so excited about Who the F, though, for reals. This time around, bro, this one's a personal favorite of mine.
It's a goodie one.
Yeah, I can't wait to share that one. This is going to be a lot of fun, bro. Anyways, we were talking about soccer and what's going on with the national scene. And, you know, a lot of parents, man, have really connected with this whole conversation about youth sports and how that would impact, you know, the U.S. men's national team. We've heard a lot from Landon Donovan, and Landon Donovan also weighed in on the troubles of youth soccer and his experience with it.
The culture around youth sports is really toxic. So if you go to a youth soccer game, the amount of talking, yelling, berating, coaching going on the sidelines is destroying our kids' experience, right? I see so many kids that are so anxious to do the wrong thing because the coach or the parent is yelling at them throughout the game that it drives me crazy. So that's one. So that culture, that culture of lack of awareness for a parent to just shut up on the sideline and like just let their kid play is alarming to me. So that's one. Two, the landscape in youth soccer, I can't speak for all sports, but the landscape in youth soccer has been built around success means winning and for the clubs making money. That is what success is for the clubs. That does not help kids love soccer more. And that does not help kids develop into better soccer players. Those two can't happen together. If all you're cared about is winning, I'll give you an example. I was watching a game the other day. These are 6-year-old girls. From the kickoff, the other team scores a goal, so we get the kickoff, right? From the kickoff, they're having one of our players run up and try to kick it and shoot and score on the goal. What is that teaching a kid about soccer? Nothing. That you're just trying to kick it as hard as you can. How does that make you a better? So because they're trying to score a goal off the kickoff, it just kind of blew my mind. That doesn't help you become a better soccer player, right? So that incentive structure has to change where the clubs are incentivized by developing the players and having the kids love soccer. And once you flip the incentive structure, how do you reward clubs for doing that well?
Yeah, man, it's Landon Donovan's just speaking truth bombs right now. I've got a lot of thoughts on this, obviously. We'll give you a Dodgers update on the backside of this break as well. But you're listening to the James Koh Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, your voice for LA Sports. Los Angeles, what is cracking? It's your boy, James Koh. Fast approaching the 8 o'clock. Man, where has the show gone? Oh, my gosh. 2 hours are almost in the books, man. That went by so quick, dude. Man, that's cool.
It's been continuous play, just like soccer.
It's the beautiful game. It's a beautiful show.
It's a beautiful show, baby.
It's the beautiful show.
It's beautiful, James. That's what it is. Beautiful James.
It's not what it is at all. By the way, T-shirt of the day for the fans on the Twitter and the YouTube side. This is my we get it out there. This is my favorite artist. It's a Japanese artist by the name of Kuniyoshi Utagawa. And he's one of my favorite artists, mostly because this guy's artwork is very much the inspiration for a lot of tattoo art nowadays. And you've seen it on a lot of, Japanese-inspired artistry. And so his art was very, very inspirational for a lot of tattoo artwork that you see today. And another reason he's one of my favorites is because he didn't get famous until his, I want to say mid-40s, maybe late 40s. So he's somebody that, again, I'm in my mid-40s, man, and he's just a reminder that not everybody gets successful in their 20s. Not everybody gets successful in their 30s. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody gets... It just takes some time. And Kuniyoshi Utagawa was an absolute a huge figure in the art world when he finally caught on. And it's an inspiration, man. He should be an inspiration because he just kept at it, and then boom, blew up. He blew up. And for an artist to do that, that's tough, man. So again, he did that in his mid-40s. A great inspiration for me and motivation for me to keep grinding. And as a matter of fact, shoot, man, you talk about keep grinding. That's how do you think I got this job, man? I just kept grinding. Just kept grinding away. It's awesome. I love that story in regards to Kuniyoshi Utagawa, one of my favorite artists. My favorite artist, for sure. Both his backstory and his artwork being so inspirational and impactful to the art community as a whole, and to tattoo artists out there as well, man. You know what's crazy, dude? I've been saying this, and my wife is just diametrically opposed to it. I do have a tattoo, and I want to get another one. I want to get a Kuniyoshi tattoo, but I just don't know if I got the time. Something like this, man, you got to sit in the chair for 8, 9, 10 hours, bro. I don't know if I got that time. You know why I don't got that time, Kane?
What's that?
Because I got to go to my daughter's soccer matches. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, you could always have a mobile tattoo artist session.
Yeah.
If not the soccer matches, then they could come here.
How fire would that be?
It's 97.1 The Fan, and you can get tattooed live on YouTube, Twitch.
You know? How fire would that be, dude? I'm doing the show while getting tatted up, bro. Oh, my gosh. That would be crazy. That would be insane. But you know what? I don't think people would like it. Then you'd have to see me without a shirt on. That's not good viewing.
Well, that's why you have to subscribe premium. You know what I mean? Pay for more. Super chat. What up?
The super chat. I don't think anybody's paying for that super chat. Let me tell you right now, bro. Ain't nobody paying for that super chat. We got another update from the Dodgers.
Dodger baseball.
Oh, come on, Roki. We got... I just said you can't lose on, too many solo shots. Well, unfortunately, he also gave up another solo shot, man. So right now, that one went to Edward Julian, who fired off another solo shot also in that top of that second inning. So, again, right now we're in the top of the third. It is 3-2 Rockies. This one is, again, pointing towards hitting that over pretty good. Did I mention both of these offenses are really good? Right? You got a rookie, basically a rookie pitcher making his very first start against the Dodgers for the Rockies, and then Roki Sasaki has just been a mess. He has been in the woods, man. He don't know where he's at right now. Roki, come back to us. I know you're lost, Roki. You got to come back to us, bro. Golly, it has been tough. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll give you updates, obviously, as the night progresses here. But Roki Sasaki has given up 2 earned runs through 2 innings pitched right now. So, again, not great. Not great. Man, we've been talking here a lot about the next spot here for the Lakers, for LeBron James and where he might end up going. And, yeah, it's just the information out there. A lot of people seem to be assuming that it's really down to Cleveland. And as a matter of fact, if you look at the prediction markets, Kalshi's got Cleveland at the top spot at 45%. Number 2 is Miami at 22%, just to give you an idea of how heavily favored Cleveland is right now to sign LeBron James. And, oh, man, I don't know. Shoot, I want to see him go to the Golden State Warriors, bro. Let's make that happen. That is must-watch television. I'm just saying that as a basketball fan. Like, they're going to play on Christmas. And you know who? They're going to play the Lakers on Christmas.
Absolutely.
That would be fire. Are you kidding me? Golden State, Lakers with LeBron on Christmas?
Snowtime Lakers.
The Snowtime Lakers, baby. Hey, you know what? Denver just dropped Jonas Valanciunas. Snowtime!
We could always use some more Anglo-Saxon athletics.
Yo, the Lakers need a backup center. Go pick up Jonas. Jonas Valanciunas on the Snowtime Lakers? Let's go.
You just saying it makes perfect sense.
Oh, it does.
Number 17 on the court, number 1 in your hearts.
Jonas Valanciunas. Let's go Snowtime. Snowtime! Oh, man, that would be a lot of fun, dude.
They're having the icy whites on Christmas.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. There you go. But no, I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. Uh-oh, we got another update. Dodger baseball update. Here we go. Okay, man. The Colorado Rockies have tacked on another run. It is now tied 3-3. If Roki can get through this inning, he already has 2 outs. If he can get through this inning, it will be 3 earned through 3 innings. And it is just, like I said, it has been very rocky for Roki. Maybe Rocky Sasaki.
Perfect.
Okay. Roki Sasaki has, again, really struggled. He has given up now. What is it? It was 19 earned through 17 innings, so now it will be 22 earned runs through 20 innings. Yeesh. An over 9 ERA over his last 5 games? If you're the Dodgers, what do you do with Roki Sasaki, man? And again, he did get through this inning, so now he's, again, given up 22 earned through 20 innings over his last 20 innings. What do you do with you can't realistically send him down, can you?
We literally kind of suggested it the other night, and we were like, no, that's too much, that's too soon. But we were like, hey man, Oklahoma, he might just need to go get his life right real quick while he figures it out.
This is tough. Because this has been now 5 outings in a row where it's just not been good. How much more of a leash should the Dodgers give Roki Sasaki? And forget about for the Dodgers. I'm thinking about just for Roki, right? Because, again, when you're talking about 5 outings in a row where he has just not been able to get outs, where he's giving up big-time home runs again and again and again, it's got to be getting to Roki. And I don't see a confident pitcher out there. I don't.
You look at him, he looks visibly startled.
He does.
His face is so scrunched up. His jaw is clenched.
He's tight, dude.
He's shaking like a leaf.
He's so tight right now. And it's like Kane said, it's very visible. I don't see a guy who's confident out there. I see a guy who's just, chucking and praying. Like he's throwing the rock and he's just like, man, I hope it gets to my spot. And then when he gives up that big hit, it's just, you could see the energy just drain from his body, man. What do they do? And again, listen, the Dodgers have this huge lead, and they could legitimately just throw him out there just to eat innings, but that's not what you want from Roki Sasaki. I don't know if he is the kind of player where he is going to just, figure it out. I don't think he's that guy. And if that's the case, what do you do? Do you keep him on the big club and you just work with him on the side? I don't think that's a realistic opportunity. How about this, though? How about this thought? This just entered my brain. How about if we just allow, how about we allow Shohei Ohtani to just get in there regularly? Can he just get in there every 5 days?
Every 5 days, bro. Just
every 5 days, just get out
rotational.
there, bro. Just get the regular rotation. Can we do that?
Look, we were joking about a Yoshi Roki. A Yoshi Roki Ohtani type of like.
Oh yeah. We
Just like
you
relief.
get Yoshi. You get Yoshi to start. You get Roki in middle relief, and then closing the game out, it's going to be Shohei Ohtani, baby. Let's go. I like it. We will talk more about Roki Sasaki and the Dodgers, and of course more Laker talk right here on the James Koh Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice for LA Sports. Yo! What's up, Los Angeles? James Koh here with you. Appreciate you guys jumping in as we start hour number 3 of the James Koh Show right here on the new 97.1, your voice for LA Sports. Had a great conversation earlier with Jay Caspian Kang, author, director, talking about youth sports, Landon Donovan, chimed in. Carly Lloyd obviously going in on Christian Pulisic as well. Part of the soccer storylines in regards to the U.S. obviously was about the red card issued to Balogun, and then Trump getting involved in the whole red card debacle. And as a result, I don't want to say as a result, but Belgium obviously was fired up by it. Everyone in the international football community decried the decision. A red card hadn't been reversed since something in like the mid-1960s, bro. Okay? Like MLK was out there marching. Civil rights movements, man.
Well, mainly the marches was for the red card to protest that.
Oh, that's what it was.
So, yeah.
Correct.
The civil rights stuff was kind of like, oh, yeah, that too. Sure.
That's crazy, though. It's been that long. Obviously, it stunk of corruption. And it doesn't help that the FIFA president looks like a bad guy. Why is it? He looks like a movie. He looks like the bad guy from a movie, bro. He does. He looks like the puppet master from like a James Bond flick, dude.
I will kill you, 007.
He looks like he employs a stout Asian man with a hat that could cut you, bro. That's what he looks like.
He definitely manages Yokozuna against Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 9 type of vibes.
But that was the latest in the long line of the Trump sports curse. And it's really crystallized and really materialized over the last year or so. Trump interfered with the men's national team, and they get absolutely stomped on 4-1 by Belgium. But remember, not too long ago, he went to Game 3 of the NBA Finals, where the Knicks previously had won 13 straight playoff games. Then what happens? Stupid James Dolan invites his buddy Trump to MSG. Trump napping through the game. You know what happens? The Knicks lose. He leaves. You know what happens? The Knicks win. But it's not just that. Last year, Trump was the first sitting U.S. president to ever go to an NFL game. He watched the Commanders at home in Washington, D.C. Guess what? Washington gets absolutely obliterated, 44-22. In September, he went to support the U.S. in the Ryder Cup. Y'all remember this, man? Again, he was the first sitting U.S. president to attend the Ryder Cup. Guess what happened? Europe won. Europe won. It was their first win on U.S. soil in 13 years. This past January, Trump went to Miami to watch the national championship game. You know who was in the national championship game in Miami? It was the Miami Hurricanes. They had an unofficial home game by playing the national championship game in Miami against Indiana. Guess what? They lost 27-21. During Trump's first term, Trump went to watch the Nationals at home in the World Series. Guess what happened to the Nats? Correct. They got destroyed by Houston, 7-1. He did not show up for Game 7. Guess what? Washington won the World Series. Y'all know about how Brittany Mahomes is a Trumper? Y'all remember this, right? Brittany Mahomes. She's a Trumper. Trump went to the Super Bowl in 2025, and he was rooting for Brittany Mahomes, and as a result was rooting for Kansas City. What happened? Oh, that's right. They got absolutely mauled by Philadelphia. It was an embarrassing performance by Kansas City. One of the worst games that we have seen from Kansas City in years. They got stomped by the Eagles, 40-22. In April of 2025, Donald Trump went to UFC 314. When American fighters fought against other nations, they went 1-6 on the card. The only American to win on that card with Donald Trump in attendance was a Mexican American, Dominic Reyes. Let's go. The Donald Trump sports curse, dude. I saw the funniest comment, bro, online, dude. Somebody said, "Can Donald Trump please start rooting for the Dodgers?" I was like, damn, dude.
Actually, boo that.
I was like, damn, dude. That's for reals, man. Can you imagine? I know he hates LA. He hates California, bro. But how about if there was like, I don't know, man. Like, yo, how about if we find out like Dalton Rushing's like a big time Trumper? Bro. And he like lets it be known, like, yeah, man, I support Donald Trump and all that. Like, and Donald Trump would eat that up. We gotta hope, dude.
And then, I mean,
We gotta hope, bro.
even go back to Pulisic.
Uh-huh. Is he a Trumper?
2 years ago, Pulisic did the dance,
Oh, did he?
and it's been downhill since.
Oh, damn. Oh, what?
That's why Belgium also did the dance.
That's right. But that was not as a celebration. That was more as like a mocking.
correct. Yeah, exactly.
You know? They were mocking him. They were mocking the U.S.
Like, yo, this one for your mans and them.
Yeah, it actually brings up a good point, too, you know, because he went to go watch Washington, right? The Commanders. And Amon-Ra St. Brown scored a touchdown in that game. I don't know if y'all remember, he did that Trump dance.
Yep.
Right? You know what? You know what happened to Detroit? They didn't make the playoffs, dude. They didn't make the playoffs, man. That's like secondary Trump curse, dude. That's crazy.
I mean, the Madden cover curse. Can't believe.
Oh, the Madden cover curse thinks that's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Like, whoa, dude.
Hey, man, chill out, Trump.
The curse of the Bambino was blushing. Like, okay, you've had your fun. Just
Hey, listen, the GOAT in Chicago was like, oh, this is too much even for me, bro.
It's too bad.
It's crazy. What's going on? Oh, that was the funniest comment that I saw today. That somebody said, man, I hope Trump just starts rooting for the Dodgers. I'm like, damn, dude. Why is that so real? Why is that so real right now? That hurts. Oh my gosh. The Trump sports curse, dude. It's so strong right now. It's so strong right now. That's crazy. It's crazy how strong it is. Crazy how strong it is. I'm very fearful that he's going to support a team that I support, dude. Oh no. He hates LA though, and he hates California, so I don't think that's going to happen. Dodger fan, I think we're safe, Dodger fans. I think we're okay. I think all the LA teams, I think we're okay. I'm just hoping some random Dodger doesn't end up being like some hardcore Trump supporter. That's what I'm hoping, dude. You know, I don't know. That's okay. Okay, that's the only thing that could derail this dynasty. This is the curse of Trump.
It's like, whose red Dodgers hat is in the cubby?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Dang, dude. We got some comments here on the YouTube side, bro. Appreciate. Who is this? Pete Tollner. What's up, man? How you doing? He says Rob Pelinka is him. Lakers cooking this offseason. And he also says Trump better not get anywhere near the Lakers. Oh, what? He says Koh is going to do the Trump dance as soon as LeBron signs with the team. Oh, hell no, bro. Hell no. Oh, man.
That's like the witch doctor who tried to curse Harry Kane.
Yeah, you know?
That's about the World Cup.
Oh, shoot. Pete Tollner, man, what's up, dude? I appreciate you jumping into the chat for sure. It's an interesting take, though, that Rob Pelinka is him and that the Lakers are cooking this offseason, because a lot of independent, we're talking about ESPN, The Athletic. Whenever you look at like offseason grades, the Lakers are not there, man. The Lakers are being, they're being hated on right now. And a lot of, NBA insiders and basketball journalists have echoed the sentiments that I have made, which is a lot of these moves are very defensible, and quite frankly, some of them are quite good actually in a vacuum. But when you take it all together, doesn't quite work that good. I know some people are really down on the Sandro Mamukelashvili signing. I'm not. I think that was a really smart signing. I like that signing a lot because I think he's a really good offensive player. But it's just he's too slow to guard wings and he's too small to guard big. So defensively, he's just going to be a step behind. And so I get that part. But see, that's the problem. Even though I like that signing in a vacuum, that's the one signing, guys, where I wish that Pelinka didn't make that signing. Because even though I like it in a vacuum, when you combine that with the Kessler deal and when you combine that with the Quentin Grimes deal, it's just they needed that money to go after wings. And they ran out of bullets, man. They emptied the chamber to go get Kessler. Giving up 2 first-round picks and pick swaps, it's too much for Kessler. And I know at the time, I think the fans glossed over it because they're like, yeah, man, we got our guy. We got Walker Kessler, baby. Yeah, let's go. And to a degree, I think that makes sense, right? Like, and again, because in a vacuum, if that was one of their the moves that they made, and they were very economical other places, then that's a move that again is defensible and it makes sense. But they overpaid for Kessler. They overpaid somewhat for Mamukelashvili, giving him a 4-year deal. Again, a 3-year deal feels more about right. They overpaid for Quentin Grimes, giving him a 4-year deal. Again, a 3-year, maybe even a 2-year deal, I think makes more sense for Quentin Grimes. So again, they're paying top dollar for all of these players. They didn't save anywhere. You've got to save somewhere. And now they've used up all of their bullets. And this is what I really don't understand about the whole situation. If they truly wanted to get Jonathan Kuminga, you've got to, guys, we have to prioritize that signing over guys that they have signed, man. Like, that's what I don't get, Look, if you're going to do that deal, you just have to, prioritize that deal. Why did you sign Colin Sexton to a 2-year, $19 million deal? Again, in a vacuum, I think that's perfectly acceptable. You're getting a good bench scorer at a very reasonable price. I like it. In a vacuum. But again, if you need to prioritize defense or upside, go get Jonathan Kuminga, who, again, we have been talking about on this dang show for weeks, well before the national media was talking about Kuminga to the Lakers. Well before. I had to dip into my crystal ball, give myself a little hand clap there. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But if you want to make that deal, you cannot be signing Quentin Grimes to a 4-year contract. You can't be you especially cannot sign Colin Sexton to a 2-year, $19 million deal. You just cannot do that. You've got to prioritize Jonathan Kuminga. I love that pickup for the Lakers if they can swing that, but man, they used all the bullets to go get these 4 dudes. And by the way, if you want Jonathan Kuminga, who I think is a good fit for what they've got going on, again, when he's locked in, when he has head on straight, when he's giving maximum effort, dude, defensively, this guy's great. He's just not always locked in. And plus, you want more athleticism. It's great. Like, he's, again, a natural athlete. He can finish around the rim. This is what you need. This is what you want. When you've got good pick-and-roll guys, when you've got good shooters like Luka and AR, yeah, you need guys that can crash the glass, play defense, play on the wing, just be more athletic, right? It makes a lot of sense. It's good. Now, obviously, they would like some wing shooting and some, 3-and-D dudes. That's not necessarily Jonathan Kuminga, but he does fill a need at the power forward spot if we're talking about athleticism and just getting to the rack. And, listen, and Kuminga's got some shot creation now. If Luka is on the bench or if AR is on the bench and they just need some shot creation, Jonathan Kuminga could give you that. But if this is what drives me crazy about this. If you know that you wanted Jonathan Kuminga, why in the hell did y'all sign Colin Sexton? That doesn't make any damn sense at all to me. That's crazy. I like I said, that part I don't understand. And as a matter of fact, let's say you wanted Colin Sexton because he comes at a very reasonable price at 2 years at $19 million. Don't sign Sandro Mamukelashvili. I'm so confused by it. And I'm not saying give all of that. Don't give all of that, maybe, to Jonathan Kuminga. But again, Sandro Mamu, by the way, Mamu's making $13 million per year over the next 4 years. That's why I'm saying it's a very reasonable contract. It's not out of bounds. It's not a great contract. I don't think they saved. The fact that they gave him a 4-year deal while he was a bench player for Toronto, yeah, that's overcommitting. It is. What was this? I need to know what the market was for Mamu. There ain't no way a lot of these GMs were like, I got to go get me Mamu, man. If there's one thing I need to get done, let me tell you right now, I need to go get Mamu. There's no way that there's a bunch of GMs thinking this. There's just no way. There's no way there's a bunch of James Kohs running around in the GM spots being like, yeah, man, get Mamu. I love Mamu. There just is no way. Look, I'm not saying he's a one-dimensional player, but he is a one-side player. He's mostly offensive help. And those guys you want to get and pay good money for. But again, I think Kuminga's a better fit. I think he's a better fit. If you're going to sign Mamu, just sign him to a 2-year deal. Maybe it's a little, you know what I mean? Like, give yourself a little financial flexibility. It just all comes down to the Lakers spent too much at every single one of these signings. That's all I'm saying. So I don't think Pete Tollner is wrong. I disagree, but he's not wrong in saying that the Lakers were cooking this offseason. It's just, do I like what they were cooking?
Oh, yeah, cooking, but would the food taste good?
Yeah, you know.
What are the right ingredients for a nice, succulent meal?
What are you telling me? They need a little bit more seasoning?
Snow time!
Let's go. Snow time! Snow time! Oh, there's no better time than snow time!
No matter the weather.
Yo, man. Yes. Luka's him. He's Jon Snow. He's going to be the killer of the Ice King. Even though it ended up not being him. What terrible writing on Game of Thrones. Horrible. You just set this up for 7 seasons. Jon Snow ends up not killing the Ice King, bro. What? Y'all are tripping.
Maybe not the Ice King, but the King.
Yeah, I think what was it, the Night King or whatever. Dude, you set Game of Thrones. Y'all set this up for 7 dang seasons. Jon Snow versus the Night King, and he's not even on the freaking field when he dies, bro. Like, what? This is so stupid. Who the hell wrote this?
Maybe LeBron's listening to this on the Odyssey app, of course.
Of course,
instead of
download
the Ice
Odyssey
King,
app.
the King.
The King.
LeBron wants to go to an East Coast team.
Oh, man, this is what I'm saying, though. Luka. See, he needs to sign with Golden State, and then when they set this up on Christmas Day, dude, it's Luka and the Snowtime Lakers. It's Jon Snow versus the Night King, a.k.a. the King, the Night King, LeBron James. I can see it. Bleacher's got that loaded up right now.
Adam Silver's writing the script.
Bleacher Report, they've got those awesome animated series. You know what I'm saying? They got it, dude.
The Heights, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. The basketball thing, like the basketball animations that Bleacher's got, man, that's fire, dude. They must. If y'all are listening to me, by the way, I do work with Bleacher too, but I'm just saying, if y'all listen to me, man, fire that up right now. Okay? It's Jon Snow and the Snowtime Lakers, dude. Taking on the Night King James. That's it. It writes itself. Cinema. Pure cinema. It's great. This is great, man. Oh, my goodness gracious, man. I mean, shoot, can I be one of these NBA writers? That's what I need to be an NBA writer. This is good. It's all playing out perfectly. But again, Lakers. Shoot, man, it's so hard to parse through it because again, I like the moves individually, man, but y'all needed to get some value somewhere. If you had just a little bit of dry powder to make this Kuminga deal work, oh my gosh, you'd be so set up. Kuminga over Colin Sexton for sure. And the argument could be Kuminga over Sandro Mamukelashvili as well. It's a good fit. You need more athletes. Although if they got rid of Sandro, Mamu, we couldn't be cracking these snow time jokes. So that part, I don't advocate that. I need to be hitting these snow time jokes all year long, dude. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, man. We're having a good old time here. If you guys want to be part of that conversation, please join us, man. That would be a lot of fun. 855-97-LA-FAN. Of course, you can find us on YouTube as well, man. Hitting up that YouTube at The Fan LA. You're listening to The James Koh Show right here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice for LA Sports. Los Angeles. What's up? If you know, you know. It's James Koh. That wasn't a bar. I wish I had bars. We will soon get into the first ever James Koh Show rap battle.
Fire!
I need to start working on my bars. I think that's what... This is inspiring me to work on my bars. We are the unofficial hip-hop show of 97.1 The Fan. I think we can confidently say that, right?
Yes.
let me ask you, man. There's no other show on this network that has talked about Cedric Sabalos' rap game, right?
we have not heard this yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet. And I can confidently say no one on the network has had a rap battle. No one's had the 97.1 The Fan LA versus. And we're going to do it tonight. You know what else is cool? Ticket giveaways. And we're going to do that right now, man. 855-97-LA-FAN. It's Deshaun Jackson. It's Keyshawn Nixon as they lead LA's biggest stars in a one-night celebrity basketball showdown. If you want to be in the building when LA decides its champion, you need to call in. 310 Originals and 97.1 The Fan, they're giving you tickets to the City Championship Celebrity Challenge. As I mentioned, it's Deshaun Jackson versus Keyshawn Nixon. It's this Saturday in Harbor City. Of the many celebrity notables that will be there, Paul Pierce, YG, Matt Barnes, UCLA legend, Jordan Love, and oh so many more. There's also going to be food. There's going to be Marathon Burger, doing it for Nipsey. $40 gets you in the door, or you can listen and call right now to win. This is LA's game. Again, 855-97-LA-FAN. We will take caller number 3, 855-97-LA-FAN. If you're on the YouTube side, y'all can call in too. Why not? You're on the Twitter side, you can call in too. Caller number 3, 855-97-LA-FAN. If you don't win these tickets, but you want to go anyways, man, go to their website, 310originals.com. Actually, sorry, it's 310 originals, if that makes sense. The 0 is doubling up as a 0 and as an O. Anyways, go check them out. The city's biggest stars, one night, one champion. Yeah, let's get it going. Okay, I like it. I don't even know where I'm at in my rundown tonight. It's all good. I'm just having fun with it. It's so good. We're just having fun with this thing, man. You know what? Shoot, man, we gave you that story. A couple of nights ago. Where, do you remember that story where the Paraguayan senator made all them racist remarks? Right? Again, just as a reminder, Paraguay lost to France in the World Cup, and this senator from Paraguay made a bunch of just super racist statements, man. She called Kylian Mbappe a colonized Cameroonian desperately trying to pass himself off as French. She also wrote that Mbappe was a brute who had not learned to write. And by the way, I saw the original posts. Bro, it was so much more racist than that. I legitimately was not comfortable reading her tweet on air. It was so racially motivated. It was terrible. I was like, oh my gosh. How is this person a senator in a country, dude? This person's crazy. Well, that same senator, get this, that same senator, she wants Kylian Mbappe to apologize to her. What? Bro, are you crazy? My goodness gracious. She says, quote, retract that statement about me, honor your French citizenship, and apologize to me. Otherwise, I may initiate legal action for gender-based violence. That is wild. That is wild. That's like super Karen behavior. She's got to be like the Super Saiyan of Karens, bro. Not only do you make racist comments, you're going to turn around and ask for an apology? What the hell? That's crazy. That's absolutely insane behavior. I can't, dude. I cannot, man. What is going on, dude? Oh my gosh. Absolutely insane. It's absolutely crazy that she's asking for a dang apology from Kylian Mbappe. It's a senator from Paraguay. Her name is Celeste Amarilla. And the funny thing is, now France has launched an investigation. And the senator could face charges after French Football Federation complains about her social media post. I mean, I don't know. How do you enforce that? How does France enforce a French law on a senator from Paraguay? Similarly, let's say she launches an investigation into Mbappe, which, by the way, Paraguay's government's like, no. Yeah, we don't claim her, dude. It's like her own government is like, yeah, no, time out, dog. We're taking a 20-second time out. Okay. We don't support this super Karen behavior. Not going to do it. It's just crazy. Like I said, she called Mbappe a colonized Cameroonian desperately trying to pass himself off as French. Mbappe responded by saying, Madam Celeste Amarilla, you are a despicable woman and unworthy of your position. You do not represent Paraguay, the country which has sweated passionate honor throughout the competition. Man. He goes on to say, through your recklessness and your brazen racism, the entire world has already forgotten the journey and the historic effort that your players accomplished during this World Cup, making way for an incompetent woman who gives the worst possible image of her country. Fire! And because Mbappe said that, Celeste Amarilla is threatening legal action against him. She wants him to apologize. Like I said, man, this is super Karen behavior. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Her own government doesn't support what the hell she's saying, dude. They're like, yo, yeah, hey, that's her. That's not us. That's her. That's not us. The government's like, my bad.
I mean, she's number one in the FIFA world ranking of Karens.
I mean, like I said, dude, she went Saiyan, like Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan Karen.
Super Aryan.
You know? That blonde hair, it started spiking up. You know what I mean?
Blonde hair and blue eyes.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy. It's crazy that she's asking for an apology from Kylian Mbappe, dude. That's awesome.
I mean, it just doesn't help the history of Paraguay.
No.
You know, if you follow your history, the whole Paraguay, Uruguay, Argentina type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't kind of help.
None of it's good, dude.
If you follow your history.
None of it's good, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like I said, it's crazy. Like if you go and find her original tweets, which by the way, she hasn't taken them down. Dog, I mean, come on. She even admitted that one of them was racist, and she hasn't taken them down. They're just so racist. It's crazy. Oh, shoot, we got a winner. We got a winner for this football game that's happening in Harbor City on Saturday. Congratulations to Donald in Covina. Hell yeah. That's my former neck of the woods, kind of, sort of. I went to high school in Diamond Bar. Go Brahmas. That's kind of sort of my neck of the woods, Covina, kind of, sort of. Not quite, but kind of. Congratulations to Donald in Covina. By the way, we've got more comments here on the YouTube side. Chris Gamerspud21. Finally, this show is live on YouTube. What's up, man? Good to see you, my guy. I like it. I like it. He also says there's a little bit of a battle going on YouTube. SoCal stations, 97.1 The Fan versus 97.3 The Fan in San Diego. I don't know about them. But I do know that on this show, you will get your first ever rap battle. Are they doing a rap battle in San Diego? No, they're not. That's not happening.
Big dog.
Is that show funnier than this show? Maybe. But I doubt it. Let me say that.
Check their chuckle counter.
Promise you that, bro. Actually, I can't promise you that. Maybe they're really funny. I don't know. Maybe.
Possibility. I'm not
That's a
really
possibility.
sure.
It's a possibility. I don't know, man.
San Diego, sports not really good. They need something to cheer them up and laugh about.
Yeah, maybe they're funny.
Other than the Padres' performance.
Yeah, exactly, right? There you go. But anyways, Chris Gamerspud21, appreciate you jumping into the YouTube chats, man, for sure. 100%, brother. Man, what a crazy night of sports. We've got the Dodgers taking on the Rockies. It is currently 3-3 in the bottom of the sixth. Coming up next, we are going to hit one of my favorite segments. It's Who the F. And man, I'm telling you, it's a former Clipper. And man, I'm so excited because this is my guy, man. I can't wait to unveil it. You're listening to the James Koh Show on the brand new 97.1 The Fan, your voice for LA sports. What is cracking, Los Angeles? It's your boy. It's James Koh. We got Kane behind the glass. We're having a good time tonight, man, as we are fast approaching the 9 o'clock hour. This show is going to take you all the way to the 10 o'clock hour. If you want to join us on the YouTube side, by all means, please find them at The Fan LA. You can also listen to it and watch it live on Twitter X as well. Same handle, at The Fan LA. Okay. It is time now for my very favorite segment, and if you're a Clippers fan, you will enjoy this. Or if you know what, if you're just a Hoops fan, I think you're going to enjoy this. Let's go. Time now to play Who the Fuck? Hey, yo! If you're new to this segment, we basically list off one rando player from LA just to have a good time reminiscing about what this guy did back in the day. We're going all the way back to 1997, 1998, maybe even longer, actually, as a matter of fact. I am talking about the Polish Rifle, Eric Piatkowski. I don't think you can call yourself an old school basketball head without knowing about Eric Piatkowski. He wasn't even a good player.
Serviceable.
But you know what? That's the whole point of this segment. That's why we talk about like guys like Mike Penberthy. Goodness sakes. Randos. Polish Rifle, Eric Piatkowski, man. 9 long years with the Clippers. I feel bad for him, bro. His first 9 years of his long 14-year NBA career was right here with the LA Clippers, dude. Absolute gunner, too, by the way, was the Polish Rifle. He was a career 40% three-point shooter. Back then, dude, that was like, I mean, if we adjusted for stat inflation in today's NBA, that'd be like a 45% three-point shooter in today's game, honestly. Honestly. Because I'll tell you what, he didn't have no landing zone protections. He didn't have no land. Oh, what was landing zone for him back then, dude?
We were men. We had strong ankles.
Okay. You know why you didn't take, they didn't have the land. So if you had a shot and a defender was too close, dude, you had to like kick your legs out. You had to like think about where your feet were going to land. That's just how it was. That's what's so funny about the whole landing zone. And that was the other thing. Like, you better be wide open if you're going to shoot that three. Or if you weren't, and you were like Reggie Miller or something, like you knew how to kick your legs out. You weren't depending, although, to be fair, man, do you remember those crazy ankle braces that Reggie wore all the time?
Yes.
Those were so big, dude.
It was like Forrest Gump
It was
leg
crazy.
brace models, but just for the ankles.
And and it was funny too because those like got popular because of Reggie. I didn't play in them because I was already like vertically challenged and I did not need anything weighing me down. Let me just tell you, okay? I didn't hoop in those, but I knew a lot of guys who did hoop in those, and they were just like Kane said, man, those are crazy braces, dude, insane. But dude, shooting 40% on your career from beyond the arc. Back then in the 90s, that is so impressive. His best year did come in 1997, 1998, where for the Clippers, he averaged 11.5 points per game, shooting 41% from beyond the arc. I mean, this guy he lived up to his name, the Polish Rifle, dude. Very cool. Very good shooter. 100%. I say long 9 years with the Clippers, dude. Holy hell. He had 0 winning seasons while playing those 9 years with the Clippers. 0. In 4 of those 9 seasons, the Clippers had fewer than 18 wins. Fewer than 18. Can you imagine going out there and just getting clobbered 60 plus times, dude? Golly. That's tough. He just stuck it out, though. They never cut him. He just was Eric Piatkowski, man. Out there.
What a hapless franchise
That
under
was
Donald
tough.
Sterling. They played at not only the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena,
Yeah.
which now I believe is BMO Stadium, right?
Yeah.
Is on there. They also played at the Arrowhead Pond.
I forgot about that. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that.
They were splitting games between the Memorial and the Honda Center.
Yep, perfect. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. That's crazy. I mean, legendary coaches like Bill Fitch. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even remember this dude, Chris Ford. Who is Chris Ford? I have no idea who that is. I remember Bill Fitch. I remember Alvin Gentry. Yeah.
He is coached like almost everywhere.
Dude, I know, man. I liked Alvin Gentry, though. Then they had old school Mike Dunleavy, not junior, but senior. Slick back hair, you know what I mean? Mike Dunleavy. It's not bad. Anyways, man, going through that 1998-1999 roster with, the 97-98 roster with Bill Fitch as his head coach, it is a who's who of just journeymen. Just an absolute who's who. Lamond Murray, Cal great Lamond Murray was their leading scorer at 15.4 points per game. Wow. That's like the seventh man on today's NBA. 15.4. That led the team, dude. Oh my God. That's so bad. Isaac, I don't even remember. Who is Isaac Austin? He was their second leading scorer. Shoot, man, like this is like, I pride myself on I don't remember Ike Austin.
Didn't he play for Miami?
Dog, I have no clue. He's a 6'10", 255-pound center. I don't know who this guy is at all.
That's not him, no.
I don't know who he is. Dude, as a matter of fact, he was out of the NBA from 94 to 96. He didn't play in the league for 2 years. He was like overseas or something. Then he got back with the Clippers. He played for Miami for, I guess, 2 seasons.
Yeah, okay, so I know I'm tripping. Yeah, I was like, I think he was with Miami. Like the Vashawn Leonard years.
Oh my gosh, wow. I don't know who this guy is. I really don't remember, but he was the second leading scorer. On the Clippers at 15.2 points per game. Oh, the great Rodney Rogers. I had a friend who was a lefty and was also, I hope he's not listening, my boy K-Dog. But, dude, he was also a little chunky, kind of like Rogers. You know what I'm saying? But he was a lefty. My boy's a lefty. Great hoop. Dude, he's a hooper, dude.
Rodney Rogers is a hooper, though, dog.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so we always called him Rodney Rogers, dude. We always called him the Indian Rodney Rogers.
Raj Rogers.
Yeah, dude, it was Raj Rogers, dude. My boy, dude. My boy could hoop, though. But he was a chunky lefty, dude. You know? Just like Rodney Rogers, man. You know, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I was going to do this segment on Rodney Rogers, but dude, his backstory's too sad, man.
Dog, the ATV.
Yeah, the ATV accident. And then you find out about his youth and like both his parents passed away or whatever, man. Like, man, shout out to Rodney Rogers, dude, for doing what he did, man. Just crazy backstory was Rodney Rogers, but too depressing, honestly, for this segment. This segment's supposed to be stupid. Anyways, Rodney Rogers, third leading scorer at 15.1 points. They had Brent Berry, another gunner, playing shooting guard for them. Dude, do you remember Maurice Taylor? Mo Taylor? Yeah.
Let's go.
Mo Taylor was on this squad. I only remember Mo Taylor as a Rocket. I don't even remember him as a Clipper.
Me neither.
But he was on this unit, dude, and he averaged 11.5 points per game. And then there was Eric Piatkowski at 11.3. Lorenzen Wright, longtime center in the NBA. Oh, man, Clipper great Loy Vaught was on this team. And then an aging Pooh Richardson was on this team as well. Oh, my goodness gracious.
I thought Pooh Richardson was going to be the guy. I mean, so did the Minnesota Timberwolves, but...
Correct. But journeyman Pooh Richardson. I mean, listen, this is like, again, a who's who of journeyman, dude. Keith Kloss. Do y'all remember Keith Kloss? Oh, my gosh. He averaged a woeful 4 points per game. Keith Kloss was a center shooting 45% from the field. Yikes. He got 2.9 rebounds that season. Keith Kloss, dude.
Can't teach height.
Yo, man. Keith Kloss, damn. That's tough. I don't want to go too hard in on Keith Kloss, but dude, he was 7'3", bro.
And you say he was averaging how many rebounds per game?
Like 3. I think less than 3, like 2.9 or something crazy, dude. That's insane. Now, he didn't play that many minutes, but still. He averaged 13 minutes a game and averaged 2.9 rebounds at 7'3". My guy was 7'3", 215 pounds, averaging less than 3 rebounds a game, dude. How? That's wild. Man. But shout out to the Polish Rifle, dude. He had one of the most stone cold nicknames. I love that nickname, the Polish Rifle. And it's rare that guys like live up to their nicknames, but dude, this guy absolutely lived up to his nickname. Eric Piatkowski, 9 long years with the Clippers. 9. That must have felt like 20 years. Losing all them games, losing more than 60 games every single year. That's crazy.
And have to have Donald Sterling.
Oh, God.
He should have been eligible for NBA pension like after his first like 20 games.
No wonder he started losing his hair too, man. I just feel so bad for him, dude. Holy hell. What an absolute just soldier he was, you know? Oh, man. That's tough. So there you go. That's your Who the F player for tonight. Good times. Good times. Shout out to Eric Piatkowski, though, dude. And of course I go down the rabbit hole of like watching YouTube videos on Eric Piatkowski. All right, we'll be right back. You're listening to the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice for LA Sports. What's cracking? It's your boy, James Koh. YouTube chat is alive and well. Got that going. It's fire right now as we're talking about Eric Piatkowski in the chat, bro. It's pretty fun. Earlier this evening, I had the opportunity to talk to Jay Caspian Kang, who is an author. He wrote, he has an upcoming book coming out called The Endless Tryout. It is about youth sports in America, and it really does tackle this whole idea of the cost of youth sports in America and how that could be impacting soccer in terms of how the men are doing internationally. And we really try to break down what is going on there and how to fix the U.S. men's soccer situation. Talk to me here a little bit about youth sports in America and particularly about the whole soccer problem right now. I mean, is it really as simple as youth sports is just too expensive for most people?
I don't think it's that simple, but that's definitely a big part of it. Club soccer in America is one of the most expensive outputs in the entire world. I don't think there's another country that even really approaches the cost that we put into youth soccer. Starting at age 7, 8, or 9, families are spending like $3,000 to $15,000 a year. Ugh. And obviously, when you start that early, what you're doing is you're limiting out a bunch of kids who can't afford it or kids whose families just don't want to pay that much. They go find other sports. And because the pipeline for players is so dominated by these youth clubs, it just means that there aren't opportunities for a large percentage of the population. If you cut down the number of kids who are playing soccer, then obviously you're cutting down the potential number of players.
Can you also talk about the culture surrounding youth sports? I don't know what it's like around the other parts of this world, man, but I'll tell you what, even in my little cozy beach cities here in Southern California, man, the culture around youth soccer is not great, man. I'll tell you what, that's probably the least attractive thing about going to these tournaments for my daughter.
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, I'm up here in Northern California. I'm sure we're seeing a lot of the same stuff. Parents screaming at referees. The referees are like 15 years old. Kids right. Just looking miserable because they have parents screaming at them from the sideline and coaching them. You have coaches that are getting a little bit too extra, or just like, dude, these kids are 7 years old. Like, what are you doing? They're 8 years old. Why are you screaming at them like they're professionals? And I think it's just become really toxic because the parents are paying so much, because they're spending so much of their time taking these kids to these endless tournaments, these games, training after training after training. And then after a while, they're just like, man, I've put a lot into this. And my 10-year-old, 11-year-old, they didn't run back on that one play. And am I really getting a return on investment on my money? Right. Mm-hmm. It's not that explicit, but I think that's the implicit motivation behind it. And it just leads to this toxicity. Landon Donovan has been talking about it for the last week. He's actually been talking about it on and off for years, where it's just like, I can't even go to my kids' games because the other parents are so crazy.
You've got this upcoming book, The Endless Tryout. I'm sure you did a ton of research for it. What did your research find, man?
Well, the book has a lot to do with youth soccer, but a lot of it is just taking my own daughter through that process. But, yeah, what I found is that there's just a lot of exploitation and extraction that's going on for these parents. One of the big things that I try and tell people when I talk about this is that in America, it's not really about these kids becoming pro. The real goal for a lot of these parents, especially on the girls' side, is college scholarships, right? And I think what parents don't understand is, like, there just aren't that many full college scholarships that are going around, right? And for the amount of money that you're spending, where if your kid is like an ECNL or Girls Academy or something like that, by the time they're 15, you're probably spending like $10,000 to $12,000 a year if they're on a top club. And so, like, you just do the math, like put that in a 529, or like, I don't know, like buy NVIDIA or something if you want to go crazy. And you're going to pay, you could pay for like 2 of your kids' colleges, right? If they go to UC or something like that, or even if they want to go to Stanford, you could pay for it. And so I think there's just a lot of confusion. They feel like a lot of these sports, girls soccer, or even men's soccer, they think it's like college football or something like that, and that there's an NIL deal waiting for them, like they're playing quarterback at USC or something like that, right? And none of that is true. The colleges don't make it very transparent because obviously they benefit from it. They basically have a monopoly on recruitment. They say, we're just going to recruit from these events. We're going to recruit from these clubs. We're not even going to look at high schools, right, which would be a way if you went to a public high school, you play for a public high school team, you're not paying for that. They don't even go recruit at those places. And so then you just have this system that's feeding itself over and over again. Every year that you go on, you pay more into it. And in the end, you're like prizes, you get a partial scholarship to go play at a D2 school, right?
Jeez.
And like all these kids end up being like, why was that worth it? And it just leads to a lot more burnout.
We're talking to Jay Caspian Kang, author of the upcoming book, The Endless Tryout. It's an upcoming book about panicking parents, youth sports, schools, and safetyism and technology. Okay, let me ask you this, man. Like, what I just do not understand is that parents can't be this dumb. I mean, they just can't, they can't be this dumb. Like, what? Why are we investing $10,000, $15,000 and expecting some kind of ROI? Like, when we're talking about youth sports, Jay Caspian Kang, the term ROI should not be part of the equation, bro. You know, but it sounds like it is.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, a lot of the book is about my own journey through this, and I just can't call anyone dumb because I did it too. I still do it, you know. My kid still plays on a club, and I just I guess it's just the kid likes a sport. They show a little bit of talent, or they show a lot of talent, right? Yeah. You see them kick in like a hat trick, and you're just like, oh my God, I've got the next Messi. And then you want to cultivate it. Yeah. And there's no normal way to cultivate it. That's the problem. That's like, you can't just be like, let's go to a rec league for a few years, or even like, let's go to a thing that costs $800, let's say, right? Yeah. And maybe I'll take you to futsal. That's an extra $300. Our total output is like $1,100, and you're playing soccer all the time. In your free time, you're going to go play pickup with your friends, right? Yeah. That's so hard to find right now. And it's basically like you have a 7-year-old who shows a little bit of promise. All their friends are going to be playing on the competitive team, quote, competitive team, right? And then at some point, every single weekend you have is riding around, meeting the same parents. Yep. A lot of them become your friends. And then it kind of becomes your social life, and you don't know how to get out of it, right? Because every single year they're like, oh, is your kid going to make A team? Are they going to go to a bigger club, right? And so you just get sucked into this incentive program that has no end to it. Like you said, there's no ROI. There's like no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You're just like walking along because they keep telling you to. And by the time they're 13, 14, 15 years old, some of these kids have no other identity than just playing the sport for this club. And, I think that that's pretty destructive. Even for the kids who might make it, I think it's pretty destructive.
Yeah, that's tough, man. You hit on something that I wanted to follow up on. Why don't colleges recruit from the high school level? Again, it's already a built-in part of the system when we're talking about baseball, football, basketball. I know basketball's got AAU, and there's a lot of recruitment that happens at the AAU level, but still, though, so much recruitment at the collegiate level does happen with high school. So why doesn't that happen collegiately with soccer?
Well, I mean, there's a long answer to that. I'll give you the shorter version of it, which is that soccer used to not be high school soccer teams in America, right? I think in Southern California, they basically had the only ones for a while, and it was mostly at the Catholic schools down there. And what ended up happening is that college soccer started because the United States let in a bunch of international students, and they wanted to play soccer, and then those soccer teams started. They didn't have anywhere to recruit because they didn't have high schools, and that's when they started building pipelines into these clubs, right? So this started happening maybe in the 1960s, and we haven't really forced our way out of it yet. The pipeline is still exactly the same through these clubs, and all that's happened is that it's just grown and grown and grown and grown, and an economy was built through it where basically the clubs say, okay, we're going to do a showcase, right? We're going to have the 10 best clubs. I don't know. Down there, it would be something like, I don't know, like Surf or Slammers or something like that. I forget the ones that are down in Southern California, but there's some really big, awesome clubs, obviously. Up here in the north, it would be like Mustang or, I don't know, MVLA or something like that. And all these clubs will do a showcase. The kids will come, and the colleges will be there. They'll send a scout. They'll send out like information on Instagram and all this thing, like, well, we got scouts from Oregon, UCLA, all these people there. The parents have to pay to go to this, right?
Ugh. Yeah.
Oh,
jeez.
And there's just a kickback system that's created And it's just preying on this promise that the kid is going to be a D1 athlete. Now, some of these kids will be D1 athletes,
Sure.
but then you have to think about the other side of it is, do you really think that that is a good outcome given the reality of college athletics right now, where like kids will get cut from teams because of the transfer portal? If your kid is a freshman, for example, and goes to, let's say, Oregon, right, there's a very good chance that at the end of the freshman year, the coach will say, I'm sorry, you're cut. I'm bringing in like a 23-year-old grad student because they played 4 more years of college, and your journey is over. I'm sorry that you spent your entire life playing soccer, but it's done. And so then you have to transfer out. You got to go to another school to find a new place to play, and you just end up going to like 2-3 different schools. It takes you 6 years to graduate, and so the ROI becomes even more complicated because of that.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess the major question is, okay, how do we fix this, man? Like, again, you're talking about, a toxic culture, a kickback system, a feedback loop, if you will, when we're talking about these club teams and collegiate, soccer. But at the end of the day, especially during this time, during the World Cup, people are just like, okay, well, how in the world do we fix the U.S. men's national team? I mean, you must have thoughts on this. How do you think that they go about doing it?
I think that we need a reinvestment in public recreational leagues. I think that there needs to be something like a sports czar that's appointed in the federal government that gives very strict guidelines on how these clubs can be operated, right? What a reasonable price will be if they're going to exist. And I think we need a real return to school teams. I think that it's really fun for kids to play for their schools. I think it's great for them to play against their rivals, right? I think it's great for them to go to school like dressed up on game day and be excited about the game. All that's being stripped out. The top girls who play at clubs don't even play for their high schools anymore, right? Or if they do, they like just kind of do it for fun. There's no reason why the school systems can't host all of this. That's what mostly happens in football, right? Why can't they just do it for soccer? And the reason is there's no reason except some of these people are making a lot of money on this, And as long as, like, it's going to take that type of push, it'll take some government push because, like, obviously these clubs aren't going to pack it up on their own. They're not going to be like, yeah, you guys found us out. We're just going to go over there. Like, I'm sorry, the U.S. men's national team is so bad. It is our fault. We're going to stop, But it's going to take some government pushing.
That would be interesting. Do you buy this argument that if better athletes played soccer, that everything would change, that if there was a LeBron James, that everything would change for U.S. soccer? Because I'm going to tell you right now, man, we got the best athletes in the world playing basketball on the U.S. side, and they play AAU, and what it comes down to for me is that the coaching there stinks. And the coaching for youth soccer stinks. And that's not going to change until there is, in my opinion, a deeper saturation of the sport that we just don't have institutionalized here. When you go to other parts of the world, we're talking 7, 8 generations of soccer fans here, right? Like, we don't have that kind of saturation of fandom when we're talking about soccer. So when they want parent volunteer coaches, I mean, it's dudes like me, bro. Like, you want to, like, listen, if you want to learn how to run a slant, okay, maybe I can help you there, bro, but I cannot help you figure out how to play center back, dude. Like, that's just not something I can do. So it's a 2-part question, man. Do you buy the idea that if better athletes played, that would change everything? And the second part of that is, man, how do we get better coaching at the youth level?
I don't think it would change everything because I think soccer is a very strange sport, but I think that obviously if you had taught, I don't know, like Allen Iverson how to play soccer from the age of 5 years old, and that was the only sport he played, he would probably be a pretty good soccer player. He would have probably been pretty good. Yeah. LeBron, I don't know. I don't know many 6'9", 280-foot soccer players, but it seems like he can do anything. So I would never doubt him in anything like that. I don't know, except maybe play golf. But the second question, I think that basically if you go to these other parts of the world, what you realize is that for example, there's a lot of tension going on about what's happening in like the projects outside of Paris, right? And that all these players are from the projects outside of Paris, and it's a lot of kids who have African origins, and all that they're out till 10 p.m. every single night just playing on these little fields, from the age of like 4 to 9, right? And then they get picked up by academy teams, and then they start their professional training. But those years are so crucial when you're learning soccer. Those very, very early years, that's when you learn your touch. That's how you learn to control the ball. That's how you learn all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that type of culture where kids that age are out there doing it for fun, not because it's a drill, not because there's a private trainer yelling in their face, not because their parents want it, but because they want to do it, because their friend or their brother is doing like some sort of, I don't know, like what Elastico or Iniesta move or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And they want to do it themselves. If you don't have that culture, it's just not going to happen, right? Because like those ball skills and that ability with your feet from a very early age has to be like, it has to be in those kids. And kids that age are not going to do it unless they want to do it, unless they find it to be fun. And so it's tough. You know, in LA, it's tough to find. Like, I think in LA, you have immigrant populations that are doing that, you know, and those are probably going to be the best players. But in other parts of the country, I think it's going to, like, where you don't have any of that and the only stuff is organized soccer,
Yeah.
you're not going to see that. You're going to have people playing like what you saw in the game against Belgium, right, where suddenly these guys have such bad touch, and you just see the Belgian players, and you're like, well, the ball is just closer to them all the time.
Yep.
And then that's the game, right? And so I think it's just I think that the efforts to fix the U.S. men's national team is pretty tough. I mean, you would have to institute an academy system like they have in Europe and South America, and that basically means that you're going to have a lot of 8-year-olds like living away from home, you know, being chewed up and spit out by a club system. They don't have to pay, but they're not going to really learn how to read or write or anything like that. And I just don't think here in America we care enough about soccer to put a bunch of kids through that, you know. And I don't think an academy like that would survive one investigation by a journalist or something like that. And so I just don't think we can do it. We just don't care enough about soccer, else we would do it, you know?
No, it's totally true. I think about these academies that they've got for golf in Korea or something, man.
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah, exactly. Anything in Korea in terms of...
So sketch, bro. Oh,
like,
my
kid would not survive that.
So sketch.
Nor would I want them to go. I'd be like, you're not going to be a short track speed skater.
Yeah.
Are you out of your mind?
Or how about
I don't care how good you're going to be.
Dog, how about these K-pop academies out there, dude? Hell no, dude.
Yeah, no way.
No,
way.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Last question for you, man. Why, and I'm curious by this, because there's so much success internationally for the U.S. women's team. And there's just such little success for the U.S. men's team. Why is there such a disparate, difference between these two different, the men's and the women's side in terms of success?
Well, the big flashing answer is Title IX, right?
Okay.
So Title IX created soccer programs, women's soccer programs, sports programs, which created funneling programs to the high schools, gave girls the opportunity to play. In America, it's not in the United States, the best athletes, I would say, in terms of ball sports play women's soccer, right? Like, wouldn't you say, like, growing up, like the most prestigious sport for girls to play, I think, is soccer. It's not basketball. It's not basketball is gaining now, and certainly there's no very limited opportunities for girls to play football, even though girls flag football is becoming more popular.
Yeah.
And so Title IX is the obvious answer. The second answer is also, it's just like we took it more seriously earlier because of Title IX, and the rest of the world is now catching up. And something that I always point out on this is that, like, both The Guardian and ESPN did lists of the 100 top women's footballers in the world, and the highest-ranked American woman right now is 26. Now, part of that is because, like, Sophia Smith was pregnant at the time, and so I don't think she was counted.
Okay.
But you think about that, like, 15 years ago, the 6 of the 10 top women would have been American, right? And now, like, the top 25, there's not one American woman in it. And so I think that the advantage that U.S. had from Title IX and from first mover advantage is really rapidly disappearing as all these other countries take soccer a little bit more seriously, or a lot more seriously, women's soccer.
We're in trouble, bro.
But I think we'll be good for like another 10 years, and then we'll be in trouble.
Then we're in trouble. Oh no. Jay Caspian King joining us here. Before I let you go, man, I know you spent some time out there at North Carolina area, dude. We are the unofficial hip hop show of 97.1 The Fan here in LA. Though. PD Pablo, J. Cole, DaBaby. Where are we going here? Rank it 1, 2, 3 for me.
Those are my three choices. I like DaBaby.
Okay.
Even though
he's
some
problematic.
of his personal choices are not things that I would do, but I enjoy his music.
Okay,
and
good.
I'm from the Piedmont area, so Charlotte is a bit foreign to me, but I'll count it. J. Cole, I think, is, I don't know, of the three, I think probably the best rapper. I'm not so into his music, but sometimes you listen and you're like, all right, it's like watching, I don't know, somebody, a basketball you don't play, you don't like, drop 40 on, 60% shooting. You're just like, that was technically amazing. And then PD Pablo, there's some more. We had Black Sheep, right? If you're really old, like me, he's got Black Sheep. So I'll put Black Sheep in. I was talking to your producer about Little Brother. That's sort of an underground hip hop group that was around. But yeah, North Carolina, I don't think has produced too much rap music, but yeah, J. Cole really. I'm always surprised. I'm like, man, that dude is from Fayetteville. He really came. If you've ever been to Fayetteville, North Carolina, you would be surprised that J. Cole is from there. That's what I'll say.
Okay, there you go. I like it. So again, we got a PD Pablo hater on the show today, which is.
Are there PD Pablo are there people who like PD Pablo?
I don't know.
Really enthusiastic. I'm not a hater. I feel like I just appropriately say, yeah. He had a couple songs.
Oh, yeah, exactly, dude. I don't know, bro. I'm your age, dude. I only know one PD Pablo song, but man, that was a banger. Absolute banger.
It really was. Yeah,
it was. Oh my God. Jay Caspian Kang, appreciate you jumping on, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's great talking to you.
Great talking to you too, man. The great Jay Caspian Kang right here on the James Koh Show. We got to step away when we come back. It is the very first rap battle right here on the James Koh Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, your voice for LA sports. What is cracking, Los Angeles? It's your boy. It is James Koh. We are fast approaching that 10 o'clock hour. For the very first time on show history, we're going to have a versus battle. Who doesn't like a rap battle between athlete rappers? That's what we're doing for the very first time. Let's go. Okay, first up, it's going to be Max Crosby versus Clint Dempsey. Who's got better bars? Who has the better song? I actually was unaware that either one of these guys could rap. Max Crosby has released 3 songs over the last 3 months. I was not aware of his game, but here's a little clip from Max Crosby's music video. Well, hold on. What is this thing called? By the way, it's 2 a.m. in Las Vegas. This is the name of the track. He's got... I think his rapper name, I think he goes by Plaque Max. That is Kane laughing in the background.
He needs to see a dentist about that. Just brush your teeth, buddy.
Anyways, here's a little snippet from 2 a.m. in Vegas.
Long in the spot like Ginobili, pull up on them teeth like Kobe, yeah.
Pull him on like Kobe, yeah. That's it. Okay.
I mean,
it's a little MGK-ish, like a little. So, again, are the bars the best? No, they are not the best. This is a vibes-only song. Vibes-only song. But you know what, man? I'm going to say, that's, honestly, for an athlete, that's not bad. That is not bad. I know we got some folks in the chat listening along right now, but that was, again, Max Crosby. I need to know, man, like, what'd you guys think of the bars? What'd you think of the song? I don't think the bars are that strong, but that's okay. Hey, here's the thing. The production value is strong, though. That's good production value. Ken, you don't agree?
You know, it has his, SoundCloud.
It's a SoundCloud rapper?
SoundCloud trap rap. How old is Max Crosby?
I think he's 29. I want to say. I'm not sure. Max Crosby age. Here we go.
Okay, so he's 28.
28.
So yeah, close. So like that SoundCloud.
Oh, he's turning 29 in August.
Cloud trap rap is very evident here. You got the pads, you got the pad waves, and he's just, it's not about flow, it's about vibe,
It's not a bad song. Like, I don't think you can really, like, clown on it, I like the energy. I like the vibe of it. And, like, you find yourself bobbing your head to it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But it's got a little, like, Machine Gun Kelly meets Post Malone kind of vibes.
Back when Post Malone was an African-American male. For White Iverson. That's right. Before he became a country star. Back when remember where he came from.
Yes.
You from the hood, Post Malone, right? Allegedly?
I don't think so. I do not believe he is from the hood. He's about as hood as I am, which is not at all.
The cul-de-sac, same difference.
Yes, exactly. It's not the we're from a neighborhood, okay? You're from a neighborhood.
You know who really from outside, though?
Who's that?
Clint Dempsey.
Clint Dempsey really was that dude. Okay, so now this is the versus battle here, okay? So again, that was Max Crosby. That was released about 3 months ago. Again, I applaud the effort. I do. I like it. I like that song. As a matter of fact, I might add that to my playlist. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a vibe. I like the vibe of it, okay? Now, this was Clint Dempsey from 19 years ago. Oh, my God. By the way, this song was officially released on YouTube through the official U.S. men's soccer account. That's absolutely crazy. I love the fact that, again, this was released by U.S. Soccer. The official account of U.S. Soccer released this track.
In the beginning, we were those kids that played on the dirt fields. But with determination, we came from the bottom and rose to the top. We chased and grabbed a hold of our dreams. Now we play on the fields where the grass is green. And we can tell from the looks on their face. When they find out what the dream is we chased, they hate. But we as a team have a phrase we say when negativity comes our way. Don't tread on this.
Game took hold like the roots of a tree. Think soccer ain't a sport, then why not you sign me? Cause I got on my job and made the game ferocious. I was born with the drive. I got that from no coaches. Big Hulk and Deuce. Truth in the booth. Stop, drop, and roll. I brings down the roof.
This has got serious D12 vibes. Not Eminem, but D12. Oh, this is D12.
Why wasn't this being played after World Cup United States victories?
This is legit. Like, what is 19 years ago, man? This is
like snap music and like this.
So it would have been what, 2006? 2006? Yeah, the height of D12. This is the height of D12, right?
You're right. Yeah, this is.
I think. Yeah,
like,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this would be like the height of like Eminem D12.
It's like after like My Band and all that. I can see this on BET Uncut. Like after Still Tippin'.
Oh, what a letdown that would be. You go from Still Tippin' to this? Still Tippin' was a classic.
But then you hype it back up by showing Nelly's tip drill video.
Okay. No, but this was, again, incredibly solid effort.
By the way, it's some real like Houston Hall hitters in here. It's like
Swisher House is in there.
Is in here. Like...
And again, he's a native of a really small town in Texas called Nacogdoches?
Nacogdoches. Home of Stephen F. Austin.
Okay. Nacogdoches, Texas. And that's where he spent his youth. And, you know, there's a very large Mexican-American community there. And that's where he was, you know, you heard Jay Caspian Kang, like, you know, guys just like hanging around playing soccer for no reason, just having fun with it, right? Like that literally was Clint Dempsey, was just messing around and just, you know, playing soccer in his youth. And again, this is why he ended up being one of the best American soccer players of all time, bro. But man, he had some bars. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty good.
Let's see how everything sounds together, clustered.
Nah, don't worry. Doesn't work.
It's great radio.
That's not good.
We'll vibe off with Max.
No, this is a good vibe right here. And listen, you judge it on their, you know, on what time it was, you know?
Exactly. Which both sound good for their era. So in 06, Dempsey sounded good, and now Max sounds good. And
I agree.
I need to see them in concert. What's the FIFA halftime show? Who's doing that?
I don't know, but I think it needs to be the native of Nacogdoches. That's what it needs to be.
Max Crosby, Clint Dempsey.
Can't have Max there.
Two for concert.
Yeah, no, the world's not ready for Max Crosby, dude. But I mean, if you threw Clint Dempsey out there, well, with a little feature,
they should. Why is this Los Angeles' most like first time ever hearing about this?
That's what I'm saying.
This instead of country roads,
we need Clint Dempsey bars.
We should have had Clint Dempsey doing bars.
That's what we need. You know,
I like how none of the U.S. M&T from that time's in the video.
No one, absolutely no one. It's Clint Dempsey and some.
It's like Big Pokey.
Yeah,
Let's
some
switch
Houston
out.
hip-hop dudes.
I would love to have seen Landon Donovan in Third World.
There ain't no way, bro. Landon Donovan is not showing up on the streets of Nacogdoches, brother. It's not happening. It is not happening. There ain't no way. Oh, my gosh. There ain't no way we're going to see Landon Donovan, the Christian Pulisic, showing up on the streets of Nacogdoches.
Well, you asked Landon Donovan, according to that interview, Pulisic don't be outside like that anyway, so.
He's not outside in the U.S., period. You know? He might be 2 a.m. in Vegas.
Hey.
Maybe. Oh, man. Rap battle. I need to know what you guys think, man. By the way, we're going to have a Dodger update on the backside of this break. You're listening to the James Koh Show on the new 97.1. Your voice for LA Sports. What is cracking, Los Angeles? James Koh here with you. It's always fun when the Dodgers wrap up before the show is over. We're taking it to the top of the 10 o'clock hour. And, man, the Dodgers have a knack for coming from behind.
Dodger baseball.
And they do it again. This time it is Mookie Betts in the bottom of the 8th.
Out there. Another payoff to him. He scorches it into center field to give the Dodgers the lead. A bullet of a base hit from Betts. 4-3 in the 8th.
Pretty good. Pretty good stuff from Mookie Betts. That ended up being the game winner as the Dodgers go on to win 4-3. Middle of the bullpen, pitched well. Good close from Tanner Scott here as well. So the Dodgers go on to win 4-3, tightly contested. It was another relatively rough outing for Roki Sasaki. Now, the thing with Roki is that he does tend to give up some runs and some production early. You're always hoping that he ends up finding himself just a little bit in those middle innings, but still not a strong outing from Roki Sasaki. And at this point, I think the fire alarms are very much up and alive. What do the Dodgers do with Roki Sasaki, man? He just cannot keep going in this direction because the body language is so bad right now in regards to Roki, man. He's so tight. And when he gets hit hard, you just see the energy leave from his body, you know? I don't know. I don't know what they do because I'm with everyone else. You just can't send him down. I don't know if that makes sense, but also having him go out there and struggle it's 5 straight outings now where he has struggled. I just don't know. That can't be good. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy, because he's such a young player, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that just needs to work through it. I'll be interested to see what the questions are like surrounding Roki and what they're going to do. Because at this point now, and I know they've got a huge lead, but it's not about that. To me, it's more about Roki. I mean, are you permanently, messing with this guy's confidence if you just keep running him out there and he's not figuring it out? That would be my worry for Roki Sasaki. And we'll see if that's true. I don't know. But 5 straight outings now where he has not pitched good baseball. I think we can confidently say that. 855-97-LA fan. What a great rap battle we just had right there. First ever. I feel like, Kane, you feel like we should do more rap battles.
Yeah, Dodgers, Lakers, Clippers, LA sports really doesn't have much going on at the moment, so
it doesn't. But that being said, I'm always curious to find what the athletes do in terms of like musicality. And by the way, I'm sure there's going to be more than just rap. So maybe it'll be like a song battle.
Yeah. Like we need to find keep it as LA as possible, but also,
right.
James Dolan has like a really bad band. He does. So we need to find like an old Anglo-Saxon owners band battle.
We're gonna turn this into a legit versus.
Yeah. So we need to find if there's any grossly rich dudes who also are in pretty bad bands.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. It's a judging panel of 2. Okay, so it's just you and me, Kane. So in our first versus battle, it was Max Crosby versus Clint Dempsey. Who are you going with? Who won that battle?
As a person who enjoys bars, I'm gonna go with Clint Dempsey.
Okay, well we're gonna be split. I'm gonna go with Max Crosby. The vibes overall were strong. You know what? I'd love to have a caller be the split vote here, and I think that would be fine. Anyways, it's 855-97-LA fan. I don't know if we're going to get a caller.
Or in the chat. Jump in the chat.
Or jump in the chat. That'd be good as well. Yeah, but I don't know if we're going to get a caller at 9:51 p.m. right now. We might. I don't know.
They're probably checking out Clint Dempsey's or Max Crosby's discography.
Which is fair. I think that's totally fair.
And you're welcome for it.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, it was very funny to me that Clint Dempsey's song was officially released by the official U.S. Soccer account. How cool is that?
I mean, I'm very upset that I didn't peep this sooner. I was aware of Deuce existing. I didn't realize that the video was through the official USSF And it's a shame that it wasn't.
Crazy.
It should have been played at the games.
I agree.
Like this wasn't. This probably would have got the hood pop. It's like, man, wait. Because most basketball players are rappers. We know Allen Iverson, a.k.a. Jules.
Sure.
40 bars. We remember Shaquille O'Neal, Dame Dollar.
Dame Dollar.
All these dudes be rapping.
Yes.
All ballers want to rap. All rappers want to ball.
Yep.
But can I kick it? Yes, I can. On and off the field and on the mic. That's what Clint Dempsey did. And that needs to be highlighted more, I feel like.
I agree.
So USSF, come on. We got to be better.
I do appreciate that it had such a strong D12 influence in there.
I mean, just
it didn't sound that Houston to me.
No. It was very like I'm preparing for a Powerade commercial.
That's why, and by the way, the song itself was produced by Nike. So this was a real strong collab. Like it was Nike producing. It was the U.S. official soccer officially releasing it on their YouTube channel 19 years ago. But 19 years ago, there was no chance that Clint Dempsey had his own YouTube channel. No way.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing. You just uploaded videos on YouTube. I mean, my YouTube channel right now is like Lupe Fiasco concerts and like me at the zoo.
There you go. Right.
It's just, it was when YouTube was just for like social fun.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny, man. So and again, it's going down as a tie. That's fine. If we get a late vote here, either on the YouTube side or a caller wants to be the deciding vote, that'll be fine as well. But man, that's good. I like figuring out their discography, man. It's just funny to me, you know?
Check their disc dogs.
I mean, listen, Max Crosby obviously put a little bit of effort and a little bit of money into that whole deal. The other thing I found really, by the way, if you watch the video, Kane, is he not smoking weed in one of those shots?
That's what I looked too. I was like,
I feel like the NFL, like drug testers, like, yeah. So we need to go to your house. We need a urine sample right now. I thought that was weird and interesting.
Like I was like, bro, is that a spliff? Like, what is that?
Wasn't he? I don't know. Am I crazy? I thought he was smoking weed in there, dude. Hey, Kane, by the way, we got some post-game sound here from Mookie Betts. So we will effort that as we close out this show here. But good win by the Dodgers, for sure. Mookie Betts, as you heard, with the game-winning hit, what ended up being the game-winning hit in the bottom of the eighth. This is Mookie Betts with Sportsnet LA postgame.
Mookie, let's go straight to that at-bat. You were down in the count. You battled, though, just grinding to get to that ninth pitch in which you ultimately got the result. What were you just looking for? What was your approach there to get to Sensatella?
Early in the count, I was trying to drive it just to make sure we got the run in. And once I got down, it was just pure battle, put it in play, and just see what happens. I was able to foul some pitches off. And I got one that, I was able to put a good swing on, and I'm glad it went fair. I hit enough foul balls that at bat.
There's obviously a lot of familiarity there, but is there anything you were able to take into your at bat from what you were looking for, whether it's from Tommy or even Freddie, who were in front of you tonight?
No, I faced him a bunch of times, but out of the bullpen, it's a little different. And so the way he pitches is a little different. So that's really my first time facing him out of the pen. But it was really just kind of being in competition and just playing.
Last night was a tough loss, so a lot of today was about turning the page. With Roki Sasaki, how did you see him just grind through this outing, but really get back on track after having two on there in the fourth inning?
Yeah, that was huge. He had a couple stops, early in the game. It's gonna happen. He's still working. Obviously we see what he can do. And we're all on his team. We're fighting for him. And, he gave us a great outing today. Letting him score three. We got to be able to score more than 3 runs, as this offense. And so he did a great job grinding through it. And, fortunately, we got the win.
You guys were able to support him with that in the end. Mookie, congratulations on this win tonight and the win on this series.
Thank you.
Overall in the season, Mookie Betts just hitting 237. But, man, I tell you what, that's just such a far cry from where he was a month ago. He's really come alive. Ever since Dave Roberts put him in that 4 spot, he's really the bat has really, really come around for Mookie Betts. And keep in mind, he's hitting 237 on the season, and yet the Dodgers have 61 wins. Best record in baseball. That's crazy. Again, once these guys start getting healthy, that's going to be a different look as well. I'll go through the box score here just a little bit. Shohei Ohtani, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Man, every time Tommy Edman is getting opportunities, he's raking. He is absolutely raking right now. He was 2 for 4 at the dish today with 2 runs scored, and he's hitting .351 overall on the season. He is absolute. My boy Hyunsu Edman is going crazy right now. Freddie Freeman also. Hey, man, age is just a number because Freddie Freeman has been an absolute rock in this lineup. He went 2 for 4 with a run scored as well. He's hitting .296 on the season, as we talked about with Mookie Betts. Max Muncy was in there. All-star Max Muncy. How cool is it that Max Muncy, by the way, has found all-star appearances playing multiple positions? That's so tough to do. That is so difficult to do. He was an all-star first baseman. Now he's an all-star third baseman. This is cool, man. Anyways, he's hitting .265. He was 1 for 3. Teoscar Hernandez, 0 for 4. Kyle Tucker drove in a couple of runs, 1 for 3 from the dish as well. So, man, good stuff here overall from the Dodgers. They get back to their winning ways. It's been a really, really close and tight series. Surprisingly so, I would say, against the Colorado Rockies, and they give them a good push here. So they get back to their winning ways. They win this series, and they win this game here as well, earning their 61st win overall. Good times had by all, no question. So there you go. Great show today. We covered a lot of ground, ton of ground. Talked about the chances of where LeBron is going to go. We talked about youth soccer today. Man, and the first ever rap battle? Shoot. That's a good night. That's a good night. All right, I'll tell you what. For my producer, Kane, I am James Koh. We got to get out of here, but you got to remember, it is never too late to chase your dreams. All right, peace.